Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
Holy shit, Rumble actually fixed their studio so that the video plays finally.
Epic.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Epic.
Just in time.
Just in time. Thank you to the folks at Rumble for hosting the show, and hello to all of you. Thank you for joining all of us for the Whitfield Report's 16th birthday, which technically was on Monday, but, people are always busy during, on Mondays. So we
can't necessarily bring that live kitten energy like Shmuley does,
No, I am hoping that he can. I'm hoping that maybe, he can bring his kitten energy to this show. But, I wanted, so a couple of special things tonight, folks. First off, we are on my Sam Whitfield YouTube channel. We're streaming on...
Yo, YouTube, what up? I have to watch what I say. Would have been nice heads up before we were live on air, and at least you did it before I said something that gets us banned again.
Well,
it's gonna be Sam. If we get banned again, it's actually gonna be something Sam says.
My channel is gonna be well. At one point, we will go Rumble exclusive, probably.
No, that's a scam. Pod Awful got banned for that. Oh wait, we don't charge any money. I guess we'll live.
Yeah, well,
buy the book.
Buy the book, which, by the way, Morpheus is here. Morpheus has read the book, The Fourth Estate. What did you, without going into spoilers?
I have read the book and I've listened to the audiobook.
Yes.
We were just talking about the audiobook being of good quality. What do you think? Riveting. No. Yeah, Sam was saying the guy that did it, he liked it, and it sounded pretty good, It's I've heard excerpts of the audiobook. I haven't gotten to that yet of the first one. I read the first one, obviously. It's been a rough month, Sam. We just had a loss in our family and such, but I'm slacking, y'all. I shouldn't tell anybody to buy the book until I can hold it up.
Well, luckily, I'm here to do that for you. Buy the book. Liz Antoinette on YouTube says, "Hi, Sam. Congratulations." That's where I'm going to. Yeah, Liz. I mean, so Liz is one of the people who I met, post Owen Benjamin, and I've actually got a few people from that, from my days covering that psycho, coming on the stream tonight as well. So, and considering that, a lot of the people who, were with me during that time only follow the show on YouTube right now. I'm having up there just to let them know that the show is basically over here on Rumble. But yeah, Liz, you should actually do your streams here on Rumble.
I will say that Rumble has been very good to us. We've been able to kind of speak freely. I mean, we're not the edgiest show in the world, but man, what you can't say these days is
we do curse a lot.
We do. Yeah. Well, yeah, we curse a lot. We troll the audience with, purposeful bad takes, or I do. Shmuley especially.
But to answer your question there, Sam, I thoroughly enjoyed the second book. And
Well,
I wanted to ask you a question. Is Doug doing the narration for the third?
yeah, yes, Doug actually should be doing narration for the third. I was explaining to Max that I was explaining to Max before we went on air that initially when I found Doug, he was one of those he's Audible has different like tiers of narrators that you can like pick. Some narrators they want you to pay beforehand, and some narrators will just let you to basically just want like a royalty share basically. Doug is usually one of those narrators that wants money up front, but he actually liked my manuscript so much that he was willing to take a royalty share of it.
And
That's
super
cool.
props to him because he did a fantastic job on the first one, like I said.
Yeah, and I mean he did an even better job on the second one, because
Definitely.
and I mean just to give you some perspectives, when I was writing the Fourth Estate, the second one, I'd have text to voice read it back to me. So even with like realistic AI voices, you can still tell it's AI, right? But
Right.
when Doug got in and was like reading the books, I'm like, it's like, holy crap, this guy brings my work to life in a way that even like blows me away. And I wrote the story. So yeah, I mean, book 3, I'm working on that. I'm working on that now. If you've read book 2 to the end, you already know what the third book is called. And Morthis being a music guy, I'm sure he could probably appreciate the reference I made there at the end.
Well, Sam,
Absolutely. I love that reference.
Hopefully.
I have something that we could bring for your big anniversary. What did I say yesterday? To the audience that's not privy. If you're not in the Whitfield Report Gilded server, that's a great place to keep up and chat with us. We have lots of fun. No pressure. Anybody wants to join, it's fine. I'm pretty sure the link's in the description, right?
Yeah, the link is in the description.
I said to Sam, well, if it's the anniversary, Sam, we need baby Sam. We need to look back at the history and take a little look at Sam from 2012. Does everybody want to see Sam in 2012 do the intro to this show?
I certainly do. I certainly do. But before we do that, I want to.
While you do your spiel, I'm going to send you the link.
Yes. Before I do that, though, I do want to give a special shout out to Liz, who just came over from YouTube, and she has also donated $5 here on Rumble. Congrats! Thanks for everything you did to expose Big Psycho Bear. You're welcome. It was a group effort, and we'll have some people on the show who can provide a little more insight into that. We didn't get the whole band back together, but we got some big players in the band back together. So
awesome.
And
of course, thank you for the donation.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Much appreciated.
So yeah, I sent it on Twitter and it is time stamped, Sam. So 2012, we're going back, not the full 16 years, ladies and gentlemen. We tried to get as far back as we could to it still be watchable.
Well,
right?
To be fair, I do want to point this out before we play the video. When I first did the show in 2000, when I first started doing the show in 2008, podcasts were audio only, and
you were leagues ahead of them in production values by having a 144p camera or whatever.
Yeah.
That forward thinking. See, Sam's always been ahead of the curve. But also, man, when people see this clip of you from 2012 juxtaposed with you today, man, what a ride it has been, Sam. And congratulations, man. Like, the grind of 16 years of doing this show is impressive. And we're so blessed and grateful this last year to have seen like a growth that we don't even really know how. Like, a little inside baseball for you all here. We sometimes sit behind the scenes and talk about, why do people watch us? Like, what are we doing that they're actually like, we don't know.
Also, Sam, just to put
I chalk it up to the eye candy of Sam. Go ahead, Mort.
Just to put it into perspective personally, you've been doing this show as long as I've been playing guitar, 16 years.
That's pretty impressive.
So that's a long ass time.
So it's a long commitment for anything, and you definitely deserve some kudos for it. You drink it in, man. But also we're gonna watch Baby Sammy try and rock an intro.
Yeah, and also I see. I'm already looking at this, and I am getting ready to pull this up. There are definitely some things that have changed over the years, granted, but there are also some things that have stayed the same, and some of which I will point out. And yeah.
Hashtag Baby Sam.
Future Sam versus Baby Sam. Let's go.
So okay.
What do you think Baby Sam would think of the show now? What do you think Baby Sam, if he was looking into the future and he saw tonight's episode?
Well,
first of all, would you believe that he's published 2 books when you were that age? If they told you, yeah, but in fucking 14 years, you're going to have 2 published books, you're going to have famous authors on your show, would you believe it?
Well, no, honestly, I thought I was going to be in radio, in legit radio. I was dead set on. I mean, here's the thing: if you had told me 14 years ago if you had told me back in 2012 that podcasting as a medium would take off, and that Joe Rogan would become like the most famous like interviewer, because when I started listening to Joe Rogan, like he was literally smoking pot and joking with other comedians about stand-up comedy. That was what
does he do now? He smokes pot and jokes with other celebrities.
And and also
very different.
Yeah, we'll see. Back then, he would only get comedians to smoke pot, but now he'll get like innovators like Elon Musk to smoke pot, and then
it's part of the whole experience, right? They're like, yeah, I'm gonna get so high on the Rogan show, even if they don't smoke pot. It's like, but yeah. So you wouldn't, especially the book thing. What do you think young Sammy would think about published Sammy?
Well, holy shit, you finally adapted all those short stories that you wrote in high school and actually made them into something.
Wow. So, okay, before we even hit play, ladies and gentlemen, the fresh face. Now he's a bit
baby face Sam.
He's a bit rougher around the edges. He's seasoned. He's been there. But look at where it began. Let's fucking go. What do you have to say, Sam? What do you think about the fresh face, Sam?
I
You
mean,
liking the look?
I mean, at this point, I was like 17, and I still looked baby faced. My girlfriend at the time, even when I was 18, said that she didn't want to be seen in public with me because she didn't want people thinking that she was with a minor or
Man,
something.
that's rough. When your
Yeah,
baby face is so bad, the girl's like, look, I love you, but I don't want to get looked at like a pedophile.
yeah.
Like you're a bit. I know it's not that, but it
taking
looks
advantage
that.
of the cripple.
No, but here's my thing, right? Look at the hair. Perfect. Impeccable. Always had the fashion sense. He's still got that classical suit, although not the tie, because Sam is not the most uptight guy in the world and never has been. Fuck that tie.
What's
It's a t-shirt, ain't it? It's a t-shirt with a blazer.
Yeah, well, I love ties, but especially like I was still in Colorado at this point too. I want to. This was actually, for those who are curious, this was my basement in Colorado, and it was actually a nice basement. And like, yeah, I actually had a couch there, and like after the show, if I was doing shows like on the weekend, I would lay on that couch and like play Call of Duty until like 4 a.m.
Hell yeah, you had your little setup. All right, let's see the epic. Not the oldest Sam intro that we could potentially pull up, but a good one of the era. Is that a fair way to put it?
That is a very good way of putting it.
All right. Let's see. Let's see how young Sammy crushes this intro. Come on.
I don't even remember how I sound at this point, so that'll be the interesting thing. Or even how my audio is. I still do have the original microphone that I used. I don't know if people can see that, but it is a Blue Yeti. And
also, Victoria Pandora in chat says hello. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Old friend of the show as well, I believe.
Hello. You're listening to Next Gen Conservative Radio.
So,
I love the sound effects from the external speaker onto the microphone. Mwah.
I love that you can hear the mouse clicks of my because I didn't even have like a mouse.
He's like,
you have entered the analysis zone, a place where political correctness is non-existent. Critical thinking is required and conservative common sense reigns supreme. This is the Whitfield analysis. And now, here is your host.
The Whitfield analysis. Hold on, Sam. What's that?
Today. Oh shit. Yeah, so
it was at like 150 or something, but yeah. Whitfield analysis, was that the old name?
Yeah, that was the old name of the show. And because what I would do is I would basically do it. So I was on Blog Talk Radio, and back then on Blog Talk Radio, you only had an hour, or I think 45 minutes, to do a radio show like on the 3 count. So I would basically do like a news analysis show, hence why it was called the Whitfield analysis. And then like I kept the name the Whitfield analysis for a while, but then once I moved here, like people started calling it the Whitfield anal. So I changed the name. I'm like, what sounds like a good name? And I'm like, oh, the Whitfield Report. So yeah.
What I like there is you knew you had your audio intro, right? And you would never do this today, but you're like, okay, I'm going to play that again from an external speaker into the mic, right? Because we were high tech back then in the early 2010s, you know.
Yeah.
And you wait for the whole thing to play through with a straight face, like, yup. Mm-hmm. Okay. Time to go. So let's fucking go. Oh man. I've been hyped for this, Sam, because this is great.
Well, and it also, like, the other thing too is YouTube didn't even have like video streaming back then. So what I would do is I would use a service called Ustream .tv or something, and then upload the video from there to YouTube. So yeah.
Your host, Sam Whitfield.
Today is a day to remember Andrew Breitbart. Today is a day to remember Andrew Breitbart. Folks, how are you? Sam Whitfield here, broadcasting live from Next Gen Conservative Studios, hosting the Whitfield Analysis on Next Gen Conservative Radio via Blog Talk Radio. So yeah, that's the my voice really hasn't changed at all.
Nope.
I
nope,
was
but you've become much more
Nope, not really.
comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, yes, to be fair, for those asking, my voice literally never cracked. I went to bed one night with like a little kid's voice when I was like in 6th grade.
He's like, hey, Mom. Wakes
And-
up. Hey, Ma.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she thought I was
That's
sick.
hilarious.
She thought I was sick, and I did kind of milk it so I could try and stay home. But yeah. No, this has
sick with that evil puberty disease.
I would have to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's great. Remembering Andrew Breitbart is a good way to open it up. I think we still try and remember Andrew Breitbart, of course.
Oh, I still like. I used to do a show in remembering him like every year when he, on the anniversary of his death. And I mean, now I think enough time has passed where like, you don't need to remember him every year, but yeah, he was like a major influence. Now, I want to point out that yeah, I had the blazer back then too, and not much has changed. I don't have that specific blazer anymore. So, and so this was
Alan Powell's out in the chat. He says, message your Twitter, click the link, and it sends me to download link. Download link sends me to App Store. Yeah, it should just open in a browser. AP, if you know me on Twitter, I'll send you the link. Sam's running the show. I'll see if I can help you. Hit me up at BlameXand if you don't.
I'll
handle it, Sam.
Okay.
Keep on going. I just But
yeah, so that was like old me. And then I guess let's see, where do we want to go next? I have a few clips as well. That I'm searching for. One that I know, this was a clip that I got like, this was like one of my first clips from when I was here in Florida that like kind of went viral. I did like a whole rant about school shooters, and how the media gives them too much attention, which I still stand by. I got raked over the coals for this one, but you know, I still think I'm right on this one. So
I do too. Trying to keep up with chat for you as well. Liz Antoinette says, "Oh, you guys are on Twitland too." Yes. His is at Sam_NGC, right?
yeah.
And I'm at Blame Maxan. You can blame me for all your problems. Victoria says, "I don't even try to use the Rumble app. Browser is the way." Yeah, I love a lot about Rumble. The app is not there yet, but I think it will be. But the browser's just better. Liz says, "Same." You know. And Victoria says, "Oh, they're streaming on Twitter." Yes, we do stream on Twitter every week. Just wanted to let everybody know. And AP says he restarted phone and it worked. So great. Awesome.
Oh, and speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest troll who ever lived, sorry, Max, Alan Powell joins us from, I think, Mersh's house.
Yeah, on the way.
Whoops. Hopefully.
That's funny because I dug up clips relevant to him too. Like, ladies and gentlemen, does anybody remember the time that Mersh said that Sam looks like he had a stroke?
Mersh actually had a stroke.
Fucking Farms remembers.
Oh shoot! Did I think maybe I hit the wrong. I think maybe I hit the like.
Did you kick him?
Accidentally.
He kicked AP. Are you kidding me?
Boo!
Hey,
Boo! Boo!
Boo! Yeah, I'll boo my. I got so excited that I pressed. That I wasn't paying attention to which button I was.
I don't even know AP yet, but boo!
Yeah, that's great.
Well,
as you can see, in all of those years, we've become extremely professional over here.
Oh yeah, totally professional.
We exude professionalism on the Whitfield Report.
Most professional, most straight laced, no bullshit.
You know what?
We're a serious news program.
Let me do this real quick. This is gonna cause massive chaos here, but I don't care.
Let it burn, Sam.
I'm going to turn off the I'm gonna turn off the approval.
Oh.
So now Max.
That's dangerous.
So now Max or Morpheus could send the link out and
Right. Hold on.
Yeah.
4chan.com/
Damn Max.
Or KiwiFarms.com.
That was my next one, yeah. Let me just go in the Pod Awful Discord real quick now. Hey, that wouldn't even work because they don't all like you.
Yeah.
Got one over on Mersh. That's enough for them. Well, plus you can take a joke.
Well, I was actually going to queue up the
or the sweet baby detected gilded.
I'm already in the Sweet Baby detected
Same here.
Gilded. Yeah. Poor Craig is he's like the busiest man over there now.
I loved that though. We invite Craig on because we're like, well, Craig knows about this stuff. He could talk about it. And then we find out he's like the generalissimo of Gamergate too. I'm like,
I loved it.
Yeah, we're like,
Okay.
we're like, Craig knows about Gamergate 2, and it's like, no, Craig is Gamergate 2.
He's at least like a key player, and we didn't know that. Because we're journalists, you see. That's the excuse, Sam. We're journalists,
Yeah,
so we
that
don't know
episode was fun
stuff.
for me.
So it's okay if we get it wrong because we're journalists.
You know, that's like sad about journalism too.
What? That the word itself is now equated with liar?
Yeah, because like when
Liar and our show.
because like when I started the Whitfield report, like I was like, hey, I'm a journalist, like I tell the truth, and like, hey, I've got my nice tweed jacket, and by the way, like, fuck the atheist community for like hijacking the tweed jacket and fedora thing and making it like into a spurgy.
Well, no, it was always a little spurgy, but they just brought it to the forefront.
Yeah,
you can get away with it. And hey, you can still get away with some of that stuff, right? Look at Review Bra.
yeah, that's
Nobody
fair.
looks at him like that, you know. I think you got a classic style, Sam. I think it's been proven. We've gotten lots of great reviews. I told you we could talk about something real quick. You went to a concert last week, went on a little trip.
I did. I went and saw the legendary Pat Metheny, which I love. I love that. The newest lore is that people are like surprised that I like jazz, and it's like, yeah, if you followed my lore long enough, I've talked about Pat Metheny on the show for years. And hell, back when I used to be able to play music on the show, I actually like played his music on my old radio. Like DJ, like music portion of the show, which I can't do anymore.
One of my teachers back in college was a major jazz musician in the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I kind of knew that you were a fan of the jazz, but you went on the trip, and I was like, Sam, you better send us some pictures on Twitter. The people demand it. Dapper and chat. If you agree with me, tell Sam you want Dapper Sam pictures at least one a week. I've been telling him it's the best promotion ever.
I agree.
I'm just a guy who tells jokes sometimes. He's the talent in the eye candy. And he doesn't give us nearly enough pictures of him in his suits with his fucking son. God, how much money you spend on them suits to not be taking good selfies? Jesus, Sam.
Well,
no, you do take good. That's the problem. You do take good selfies. You just don't take enough of them.
Yeah,
it's good for the show, man.
Yeah, well, you know, you're right. What can I say?
That's right.
So
the ladies need it. There's demand.
Well, the ladies are all over on Instagram, which is where. So.
Oh, and you do post on Insta. Oh, so I'm just out the loop because I'm not an Instagram guy.
And oh shit, we have Ellen Powell on the show now.
You didn't kick him again?
No.
Awesome.
But you know, he kicked Mersh's ass, like, majorly.
Yeah.
And
that was funny seeing Mersh. Mersh was talking about his fighting the other day. That's the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen. What up? There he is.
Alan, welcome back to the Whitfield Report, my friend.
Thank you.
So, you know.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your video froze momentarily, I think. Oh, you're back. So, are you in Mersh's?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm at a Airbnb in Lakeland, Florida.
All right.
Nice. Well, you know, Lakeland is the one.
Now hold on, sir. That's not a funny joke.
But what does the pineapple taste like?
You can't be joking about that on the internet. Jesus.
This fucking guy's joking about coming to my house.
If you're gonna do that, at least steal the cats.
Yeah. Alan should Alan should actually rescue the cats from Murch's.
You're blowing up his plan. He was gonna free Marge, you know.
Yeah, free.
Yep. I was going to distract him with some coleslaw and then take the cat eating it.
Oh.
That's okay. If you wait just a few more hours, he'll be so drunk you won't even notice.
Alan, honestly, like, how did your beef with him even like start? I can't even remember now. There was like,
It's because he said that I was the one who doxed Owen back when the road trip thing happened, and I was like trying to tell him to retract that, and then he just kept doubling down.
yeah.
Always a good strategy to just double down forever.
Yeah.
It's worked wonders
Of
for
course,
Merch.
I found out. And then I found out someone told me, he was like, "Oh yeah, he tried to throw you under the bus when they called him about the investigation."
Tink, 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 Alan Powell. Tink, tink, tink. Sorry. Oh, man.
Well, speaking.
Since I don't know like all of what happened there, did like law enforcement contact you about that? Or
I
is it
don't.
yeah, it's because that's such a. Here's the list of people on the internet that I think are out to get me. Like, I don't particularly think of a cop saying like, yeah, this is something I need to really look into.
All right, I think we're back. I missed
it. Yeah.
Max was asking if the cops actually like ever reached out to you.
Oh no, the investigation led to Mersh and only Mersh. So
that's what I was saying. I kind of figured
obviously
that
him, but
because
we're done with this.
I'm thinking of being a cop, right? And I'm sitting across from Mersh at the police station, and he's like, "These people on the internet, they're out to get me. Every last one of them, I swear. They're coming to my house and they doxed me." And the cop's just like, "Uh-huh. Are they in the room with us right now?"
That's great.
It's just so silly,
Yeah,
you know.
like well, supposedly the report came from New York. Like they tracked the IP, and he happened to be in New York to meet family at the same time. But supposedly it's not him. It's someone stole his IP address and spoofed the report as him.
Happens all
It
the
was all
time.
the people that make fun of him online.
Yeah.
And it has something to do with the Christchurch shooting for some reason in Kiwi Farms.
The funny thing is, for him to explain the lore of what's actually happened with him on the internet can't not sound schizophrenic to like a completely objective, never heard about any of this. It just sounds insane because he is kind of insane, but
that's probably why they didn't pursue charges, because they're like, we can't convict him. He's clearly insane.
I love the fact that his response to you was to just like go after me for no reason. In hindsight, that was hilarious. it generated the best meme too.
Well,
Like-
to be fair, Sam, he was nice to you.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah, I actually, it's a shame that YouTube banned my channel because I actually would love to show the actual interview that I did with him. He did the interview with me from his like dining room table. It wasn't even from like his studio.
Yeah, that was disrespectful. It's like he has a nice setup and then he goes to like his rink-a-dink kitchen or whatever.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was probably like 3 feet away from the, from the.
Yeah.
Well, what I love
lit-
is my favorite comment from that rant is, "Oh, and you look like you're having a stroke, Sam." Oh yeah. Oh yeah, did that age well, Mersh? You motherfucker! I don't think it did, Mersh.
Female cop, doggo died.
Feds would have shot the dog.
And then
Fucking
later on, he's
asshole.
like, "Oh yeah, no, that was a bit. That wasn't a real stroke. I was just acting. I disassociated."
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
No,
Mersh.
you tempted fate by talking shit about Sam. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes, having worked with Sam this last year, it feels like there's like an aura of goodness that protects him. Because people try, and it just
Yeah.
bounces off. He's like invincible.
He's just got a bank of good karma.
You can't pick on the cripple. Come on now.
Well, and they always do. Mersh isn't the only. We recently had a dust up with this guy, Johnny Fox. Same exact thing. He had a problem with me. First thing he does is go at Sam and call him retarded.
Well, I can pick on the cripple, but that's because I'm crippled too.
Yeah.
Well, and I can pick on the cripple because it's Sam, and he'll just fucking pick on me back. Because I'm a big hairy weirdo. So like, nice.
That's awesome.
Speaking of Mersh,
Oh my god, that's
amazing.
That's iconic right there.
That is iconic. Well, I mean,
I got better products than his own fans do.
Yeah.
You should just start advertising it to the fucking ROTC fan. They still have a fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the
or two,
one.
yeah, Zen Rhino.
Didn't Zen Rhino get like kicked from their community though? The last time I heard, like he got excommunicated or something like that.
Probably.
I don't know.
But
Still see him in his chat.
he does pay pig. So that doesn't mean, like, if you're a pay pig, you can't be eternally banned from Mersh because eventually he's going to get gambling debt, or he's going to have an alcoholic fit, or he's going to need some money.
Yeah, well, I mean, now he's getting so desperate that he wants to like hook up with like an older guy for money. And
hey, he knows his value. He knows that there's some older gay guys out there that would pay him good money to suck their dick. And Mersh, as far as I understand, is what I've heard, is a top tier dick sucker. So, you got to lean into your skill set.
I mean, just as long as Ellen's able to save the cats.
Yeah, they don't need to
I'll
witness
save the cats
Mersh's
and
homosexuality.
Proper.
Hashtag save the cats.
So
he's the one that gave Louis the feline AIDS.
Probably.
Confirmation, chat.
He's the
100% fact
He's
now.
the only human carrier of feline AIDS.
Yeah, and then so I saw
It's
that
because
you're
he's a giant pussy.
well, yeah, that and
Logic checks out.
yeah. he I guess he got roasted on what are those podcasts, or I guess that didn't go well for him. Shocker.
Yeah, he gets invited. He's like, I totally made it. These guys are fucking inviting me. They're not gonna make fun of me.
And he totally bombs.
I love watching his little panel that he did today, and you can just hear in the crowd every now and again somebody yells, "Female cop!" It's like, Mersh, you got that one good joke. You should just do that joke. Just OD on some dabs, and you'll be the funniest guy in the room.
And he's still supposedly he makes $20,000 a month, but he can only afford like the dirt cheap vape pen, like the nectar collectors.
I couldn't even figure out what that fucking thing was. I was like, what is? And I smoke pot. I just smoke pot.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's a tobacco pipe, but usually I'm on the show sitting here smoking blunts and things. I'm not some prude. But I'm looking at that shit and I'm like, what is this ghetto ass contraption this guy is hitting that gives him a stroke?
Stroke pen.
Pro tip:
It's
don't smoke pot, chat. But if you're gonna smoke pot, just smoke the plant. It's pretty cheap if it's legal. Don't break the law.
Yeah, flowers. Well, he's hardcore into anything. He doesn't drink beer. He drinks hard liquor. He smokes a pack of cigarettes in an hour instead of just one. He sucks all the dicks in the room instead of just giving one guy a blow.
Yeah, just can't help himself.
That's what they do after the show. After the panel, they took him in back, and he just made his rounds.
Actually, before the panel as well, it helps everybody relax.
Exactly, yeah. They're like, I'm so stressed out, and Mercy's like, hold on, I got an idea.
It's an ancient strip club technique I learned. Sam's anniversary just turns to shit on Mersh Day because fuck Mersh.
Well, he did say that he was bigger than I would ever be, and in a sense that he was right, but we're not talking about size.
Well, you're not going to be able to gain enough weight, Sam. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He probably weighs more than you and your chair.
Yeah. That's not even a joke because it's probably true.
Yeah. At this point, that's just totally true.
He's actually getting so fat that he's going to need his own chair soon, if not from the stroke.
That'll be karma when that happens.
Oh, and then we can call him Walter White Jr., huh? And then we can go, I'm Mersh. Huh? No, wait. What is it? Oh, right. It's
Female cop.
Female cop. Gun
You don't
drawn.
want to do a Mersh impression. You lean forward, kind of tuck your neck in like the penguin, and you bend this finger.
You go, why is this the way that things are?
Have a fundamental misunderstanding of human nature. But think that you're like the encyclopedia and can give advice on every field of life.
Well, he's done everything. I mean, don't you know? He's been a strip club. He's been a strip club owner, a radio DJ. He was a driver.
Man, I was a cop for 5 years. I know how the criminal law seems. I was dealing drugs at the same time. Now I was also a masseuse. I was a tax preparer. What else? I was a gambling aficionado. I can make thousands of dollars.
Man of many skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how as time goes on, it's just he's coming up with histories that can't be verified.
Well, that's why he did the whole thing about, oh, I got into all these fights. I'm like, oh, now Mersh is a professional fighter too.
Oh yeah, you saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. As he waddles away from baked Alaska, which that's the other reason why he got mad at me too, was because I laughed at that when like the whole entire internet was.
Talk
Anybody would
about.
laugh at
Well, I
that.
think the biggest thing he was mad about is that I was still allowed in your chat.
Yeah, because I've been around far a lot. Like the Whitfield report has existed for like far longer than ROTC has.
It'll probably last longer too.
Yeah. Well, and at this point, like I've actually probably made more money. Or no, I'm sorry, I've retained more money than
Retain more money. That's a much better way to put it.
Than they.
You retain
But
money. He retains weight.
To be fair, Sam, that's like what, $3?
Yeah, but like
you only have to retain $3 to out retain Mersh.
$3.75. Yep.
Yep.
$3.75 was life changing to him. He's got to remember that.
Life changing money.
Wait, so that was $3.75. It wasn't $375.
Well, 375, yeah. That's a life changing amount to him. He could like change his whole life with that amount.
It's like normal person, $400, let's say. $400. Is that life changing? No, I pay a bill.
No.
Or I buy a toy.
Yeah.
Like, no, it doesn't change my life fundamentally, except that I have one less bill to pay now. Thank you. Merch, though.
And what's funny is that he got the money. He got that money, and it still didn't change his life.
Well, maybe he just overestimate. Maybe he just got the number wrong. Maybe it was $3.25.
Yeah, it was $3.76. That's what changed it. That $1.
That's it. You know what it is he should have just taken it all to the casino and doubled it.
Well,
yeah, he's still great at gambling.
But wait, Max, he already did that with his Rumble bonus.
I gotta keep my Metro Gold card, you know. They give me $100 in free play every time I waste $4,000.
I was literally just gonna mention that because that's like the funniest bit is him talking about like the high roller shit, and I'm like, man, you are the biggest fucking mark in any casino you walk into, aren't you?
Yeah,
absolute. Like they're like, oh, we can get all this guy's money in about 10 minutes. I got
that's why they treat him so well. They're like, sir, right this way. Do you need a drink? How would you like an extra scotch? We'll bring you two. You can double fist. Oh, you want to smoke in here? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mostly worked security in like the music industry, but I've worked at casinos too, and you're not even kidding. They tell you, especially if you're security or your floor staff, like they teach you to spot the mark, and Mersh walking in that door gets spotted by everybody there. And then they'd all be like, oh, yes, let's get you over to your favorite chair. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, all these hors d'oeuvres are free. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't got to pay anything. You're awesome. We love you. Here's a drink. In fact, do you need 6 more drinks right now? Somebody get him 6 more drinks. You know what? Just forget the drinks. Just bring him a big bottle and just put an IV right on him, you know?
That's gonna be Mersh's next arc is just having like IVs of like booze.
Yeah, he's got his veins like both arms and legs and his knuckles like filled. Like one has IV, one has liquor, one has ketamine, one has Adderall. He's got like a volcano, but it's not for weed, it's for like cigarette smoke, so he can just sit there and inhale huge bags at once.
And he's
And
still
it's American
streaming, of
Spirit
course.
tobacco, it's meth- Yeah.
Yeah, like in all seriousness, like he's actually in worse physical health than I am. So I don't see where he gets off like, oh,
This is why he hates you, Sam.
you're crippled. Yeah, well, I might be crippled, but like
He's worse off than either of us.
I don't fall down from dabs and like say, oh, that's normal.
Well, it is normal for him. You imagine he's been having mini strokes for at least a year now.
Yeah.
For him to just pass it off and not be like concerned, like maybe I should see a doctor tomorrow.
Like literally, like maybe the ER is the place for me tonight. I'm gonna end the stream late. This is like smart Mersh. He's like, I'm gonna end the stream. I gotta go get checked out. That reality Mersh is less fun though.
Yeah. I bet you he got all lightheaded and started seeing like Tweety birds, stars, and all that. It was like the cat piss South Park. You know, he was like riding on a dragon through space. He just came back to reality where he's like in his tiny little Section 8 home that smells like cat piss and cigarettes.
That's what it is. The cat piss is probably what brought him back around. Like smelling salts.
I think that's probably why he hits it so hard. He's just trying to return to that state.
Yeah.
Jason the Dragon Man.
I always say with the dab stuff, like to me, I'm like, I don't know, why not just smoke crack?
I mean, if it
no offense to any dabbers out there, it just to me, I'm like, I don't smoke crack because it's a processed thing that's like really bad for you.
If he could like legally get away with it though, Max, you know he would.
Oh, Mersh would love to have a cocaine habit because it would indicate he had money for cocaine. Like he wishes.
It doesn't even give him energy. He just wants to waste it to look cool.
Yeah.
He'd snort flour just to impress his buddies.
Well, he also failed at hooking up with like a Vegas stripper, basically.
Oh yeah, the cam girl. Show me kitties. He didn't even get to see her kitty.
It's literally in the name. How do you fuck that up? Just sad.
Yeah, no.
How do you fuck up seeing that kitty?
Sam would have sealed the deal.
Yeah. How does he fuck up a sure thing? Oh, that's right. He cummed in his pants when she started kissing him and pulled at her titty.
All right, we have an
He's
actual
like, oh,
answer.
I'm done. Time to leave. You got to get out.
So he's just as bad as Johnny Fox.
Oh,
He
yeah.
he's like embarrassed, but he tried to play it off like he rejected. You know what? This just isn't working for me. Like, then why are your pants wet? Why is there a little wet spot at the tip of the triangle?
It's called whiskey dick. Get over it.
Uh.
It's the Adderall.
Surprised he haven't started advertising Blue Chew on a show.
Oh, Alan, you probably just gave him an idea for that.
It's like, you ever seen a 3-inch isosceles triangle?
I mean, the thing of it is it wouldn't help him at all.
It would just make his heart problems worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's look, we should, feel bad because it's a problem common with like severe late stage alcoholics like him.
Yeah.
I keep.
Yeah, we can't pinpoint if the strokes are because of his tobacco use, his Adderall addiction, his cocaine.
Or
Yeah.
just, just like the rocks rattling around in his head could be it too.
Well, I mean,
He was always kind of disadvantaged from a young age.
see, Alan's actually being nice by saying he was disadvantaged, but like, let's be honest, he's the retarded one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say earlier.
That's why he got so mad. He knows that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I pointed out the fact that you like drove in a circle around, like, what was it, your cul-de-sac, and
Yeah, it was like a 4-block radius.
yeah, like
This guy's gonna get to my house and he's making all right turns.
I think I recognize that bush.
Good
Lord.
But he is legit paranoid. Supposedly he was like worried that someone from Pod Awful was going to show up at the What Are These podcast little panel thing. He's like turning down women that are hitting him up because like he thinks that Pod Awful sent him and they're like trying to like prank him.
Yeah. Should we let him in on the secret that all Jesse has to do is like say that and nobody had this to do a damn thing? No, we shouldn't let him know.
he's not gonna watch this show anyway, so it's not like
It just always cracks me up because the thing I love about Pod Awful is how obvious his bait is 99% of the time. Especially if you know him.
Yeah.
If you know anything about Jesse and his show, the bait is like staring you in the face, and Mersh is like, I'll take it. Yeah,
Hook, line, and sinker, literally.
Well, yeah.
Wrap it up in some coleslaw.
Can I get some pulled pork sliders, but just coleslaw? Cold the pulled pork, extra mayonnaise because it reminds me of something else. Do you have any mayonnaise kind of turns sour with like fish juice in it?
So Alan, you've been updating more stuff on your channel about Owen. What's been going? I haven't paid any attention to any of that stuff for like the past couple of years. So
same. I started getting back into it with the Adam Camacho thing, and I actually met up with him today.
Really?
That was very enlightening.
So yeah, what's the
Adam was like the real like for suspicions. Yeah.
Yeah, well you
I don't want to say too much, because he's got the pending case, but what I can divulge is that Owen is retarded.
Yeah, well,
like he believes all the stuff you ever tell him.
Yeah, well that's
just like we were thinking during the Cherry Petrino age.
Oh yeah, her. Yeah. I all I can remember about her is that she killed her baby. So
fun.
But I think and I guess Mersh swatted Alan.
Oh God.
So.
He caught him outside trying to grab them cats. Yeah. Yeah, the Owen stuff, I missed most of that, and I've only known of him as like mildly crazy. And I learned a lot by watching the old Pod Awful and some of Alan's stuff. I still think I missed most of the picture, but I get the idea.
Well,
he went completely fucking schizophrenic, is my understanding.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, Porcelain did a documentary on him about like 5 or 6 years ago now that is pretty that like pretty much covers the whole entire thing.
I know they let him back on Twitter after Musk,
And
but that's about where my knowledge of this fucking guy ends, honestly.
Yeah, they let him back on Twitter, and then I simply said welcome back, and I immediately got blocked.
Based.
So
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he proactively blocked me. So
yeah, he like
it was the first thing he did.
yeah, and then I went over to Coddington's account and was like, unblock me on Owen's account, you faggot.
Sam, we are on YouTube tonight.
I was gonna say when you
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. I'm F slur.
Here comes our band.
Yeah, I'm the one over here like, I'm going to get us banned on the YouTube. Sam's just casual. See, everybody thinks.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks I'm the instigator here, but little do they know. Sam's got some devil horns.
Oh yeah, well,
He
well,
gets up to some shit.
well, that's the thing. Is like, is nobody wants to fuck with me because I'll fuck them right back. So
Not fuck with
Sam
him.
doesn't
Sam will
wanna
fuck him.
fuck with them. Fuck with them.
Sam will fuck you. Just so you know, if you fuck with Sam, he will fuck you. Sorry, Sam. It's just too funny.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, if you're
I'm clipping that.
I mean, if your
If they
name
fuck with me, I'll fuck them, says Sam. Come on. This is why you get the big bucks, sir.
if your name if your name is Laura Loomer, nah, never mind. That won't even be worth it. Then
I do find it interesting that all the women like that Merce says like this is a fucking dime piece. Like they look half like a man, if not more. It's like female wrestlers that are like have huge Adam's apples and cyber outrage. It's like,
yeah.
Before we completely ignore chat, I forget what I left off on, but Victoria Pandora says, matters not to me. I'm here for Owen Benjamin content. Well, there you go. We got some of that. She said, awesome. She also said the Milker Nation 10-part documentary is on Rumble too. I'll probably watch it on Rumble then.
Oh my God. That thing is up at, so like I started watching that and then I dropped off at like part 5. So props to you guys for like sticking around to part 10 for that. So
probably be part 11, 12, and 13.
I mean, hell, now at this point, I'd be happy to watch that. Enough time has passed that like it's actually interesting to me again.
Yeah. Well, it probably wasn't smart for Owen to burn bridges with the guy that makes the documentaries because the guy makes documentaries. So.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean that Adam was the like he did the filming for the skits, all that, the skits, the documentary, and he had like plans in the works, but now those plans have shifted a little bit.
The new guy who he has like the Joe that Joe Gagnon guy is actually like one of my old listeners from like back in the day. I don't know how he went over to Owen's side, but whatever.
Yeah, it'll be only so long before he burns that bridge too.
Victoria Pandora says, we thought it was protected on YouTube, but not after Susan left. Yeah, the censorship's gone insane. It's amazing too, because where we're at, this has been the great part of my year here, a little over a year now with the show. we swim in the sewers with the Mershes and the scumbags and the Johnny Foxes. There's a new character for you to look into if you have the time. Oh my God, it's been a nightmare. And yet we're trolling, we're messing with people, we're doing the thing. Also, Sam is having on best-selling authors. Also, we have a musician coming on soon. Also, we've invited on professional wrestlers. So, like, I don't know what's happening, but it seems to be working that we're both trolling and talking to, like, creative people. Like, that's the show now.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Is like
seem to be doing something right.
Is Mersh like says that he's a Val Venus fan, and like I'm actually gonna have Val Venus on at some point.
Yeah, he's been pretty cool. I just figured I'd ask him, and because he's I told him I don't want to talk about fucking wrestling. He's got some really interesting takes on politics. Let's fucking go. We'll rile some people up. That's fun. We're just out here having fun.
And selling books.
And selling books. Sam is now a book salesman. I don't know if you knew.
So
Victoria Pandora said, Gagan, you said, what about Gagan? Did he used to mix with the Gammas? That's all over my head, Sam. All you.
Yeah. So no, Gagan was someone who was into the Whitfield department way before I even knew Owen. And then I lost touch with him. And then at some point he like joined up with Owen's group, but he joined up like after we left, after our group had like a falling out with him, basically. So, but yeah. No, it's funny, like yeah, all these weird schizo characters are still being schizo. And
I brought a whole couple new ones, right?
Yeah.
We all love Dave. Dave is the best. Just for everybody that don't know, Dave Grady, aka Hudson Valley guy, aka Dave in New York. Nobody watches him. Funniest schizo on the internet. His YouTube channel is Gordon Liddy. And yeah, he's a special guy. I brought him over. Sam, we've all come to love him because he did a video last week. He's the guy. See, he doesn't react to the internet. That's why he's such a good like Spurg to have. He is completely oblivious to trolling. He just makes videos and he's insane. And so the other day he had an absolute like child. He's in his 50s, by the way, child temper tantrum because the outlets in the place he lives are, in his mind, upside down.
Ew, a spider.
He just starts screaming, why are they upside down? This is so fucking stupid. And it's just joy for me that he trolls himself. It's like, like autoerotic asphyxiation, it's like auto trolling. Like he just trolls himself and all you have to do is watch and laugh. It's great. It's a higher class of Spurg, I think, because, he doesn't get into the stuff. Well, he says some nasty things to say about me, but aside from that, he doesn't get into internet slap fights.
I'd love to see him like, I'd love to see him face off against Mersh though. Like,
he's definitely a lot bigger than Mersh, and I don't just mean fat.
I think
Dave's like 6'2" or something.
Dave. Yeah. I'm actually like trying to find one of his videos now just for.
Oh, I'll get you. Do you want the I am not a pedophile one?
Well, I mean, it is on YouTube.
It is. It's been on YouTube for like 15 years. Hold on. Dumbass Dave meltdown. Let me grab that for you. There we go. I am not a I guess the only context that you might want is he was arrested over this video because of the very clear and specific threats that he makes. But this is my defense of Dave in this video. I sent it on Twitter, Sam. They called him a pedophile on Craigslist, and he denies it, and I believe him because I feel like the appropriate response is what he said, which is that he was going to kill the people that said it. He also, at one point, he lays out his logical case in which he says, and I quote, that I have not had sex with anyone. Well, there you go. You know, that seems like a reasonable excuse. But it's what he's kind of most famous for. He also got into like a internet beef with Jacqueline Glenn, the like atheist, whatever, because he said that she's a fraud and a grifter because she doesn't get naked on YouTube.
Well, she
I
did
mean,
those things, but not for that reason.
Yeah, it's flawless logic though. Dave's the man.
He really is.
I see Dave as like the id of mankind in a way. Like he's just like what you might be if you were unchained.
Attention, Mike Gage, and everybody else on fucking Craigslist. I am not a fucking pedophile. You little fucking piece of shit maggot motherfucker. Mike Gage, I'm coming for you. That's right, motherfucker. I'm coming to fucking kill you. I am not a goddamn fucking pedophile. I'm coming to find you. And when I find you, you are so dead meat, motherfucker. I'm going to fucking kill you. That's right, Mike Gage. You're going to fucking die. I am not a pedophile. And anybody else who's watching this on fucking Craigslist, I am not a fucking pedophile. That faggot motherfucker Mike Gage is a fucking sick fuck. That's right, Mike Gage, you are a goddamn sick fuck. Mike Gage, you will wish you never fucked with me. Come on, you want some? Come get some. That's right, Mike Gage. I'm going to fucking tear you apart. You're gonna wish you never fucked with me. I hope that you never... Oh, actually, when I find you, you're gonna fucking die. That's right, Mike Gage. I am not a fucking pedophile. You're gonna die, Mike.
The laugh. The laugh.
Attention, Mike Gage.
Was it clear and specific enough?
I am not a pedophile, motherfucker. You're gonna fucking die. You wanna know what I have in my back pocket right here? I got something in my back pocket. You wanna know what it is? A jagged edge steak knife. Guess where it's going? Across your neck. When I find you, that's where it's going, motherfucker. I am not a pedophile! I'm coming for you, Mike Gage. You think this is a joke? Calling me a fucking pedophile on fucking Craigslist and fucking HowardShrine.net? Hey, Doc, I want you to listen up and listen up good, Doc. Ban that motherfucker. Ban Mike Gage from HowardShrine.net. I want you to fucking ban him. He's a stupid fucking motherfucker. Ban him!
I have no idea what Dave is talking about.
And Mike Gage, I can't wait to fucking find you, motherfucker. I'm going to fucking take this jagged edge steak knife that's in my back pocket right now, and I'm going to cut your throat open. You're going to fucking die. You will wish you never fucking messed with me, motherfucker. Mike Gage and everybody else on fucking Craigslist. I am not a fucking pedophile. I have never had sex with anyone. I have never touched a kid. I have never had sex with a kid. I have never even had sex with underage girls. I am not a pedophile. Oh, you're going to die, Mike Gage. Come and meet me, motherfucker. I'm ready to fucking beat you up right now. Come on! Come on! You're gonna fucking die. can't wait to fucking take my jagged edge steak knife and cut your throat open. You're going to die, Mike H. You are going to fucking die!
That might be the best. That might be the best That might be the best wrestling promo I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's like obsessed with wrestling, and he's still just as funny today. That was almost fucking 15 years ago. And he still does rants like that all the time. And it's so harmless. I mean, well, he did get arrested. He did get arrested for that one. He's learned his lesson, by the way. He does not make clear and specific death threats on the internet anymore. He did make some clear and specific rape threats on the internet a couple years ago. He also got arrested for he threatened to rape his social worker because they cut his food stamps. What a gem. I love that guy. I mean, he hates me and he wants me to die too, but you know, I love Dave.
And see, Mersh thinks that Alan is like crazy. But
I know. I see all these people. They're all like, "Oh, these people are crazy. They do this." I'm like, I don't know. I've seen Dave before. If they're not Dave tier, then I'm not really scared. I'm not scared. Dave said he was going to come beat me up last year on the air. I was doing a show. I got him on like a voice call, right? And he said he was going to come down to a McDonald's and kick my ass, and he never showed up. I'm really sad about that. I wanted to meet him. I wasn't going to fight him, because I didn't think he would actually fight me, because he's a giant teddy bear, really. Yeah, despite all the death threats, you know, he really is just a sensitive soul. That's not true. Dave is not sensitive at all. Dave, that energy he brings in that video, he communicates with every single person he meets, including family and friends, and even women he's trying to fuck, exactly like that. I think his mental illness is he's permanently stuck on the asshole switch. You know what I mean? He can't turn it off no matter what, which makes Dave so pure, though, because you can't trick Dave. You can't convince Dave to do anything he doesn't want to do. You can't convince Dave to do things he does want to do, because now he won't want to do it because fuck you. And it's really beautiful and wholesome in its own disturbing way.
It really is.
Yeah, he seems like a level-minded, reasonable human being.
Yeah.
Well,
he once helped us uncover a international cat lady conspiracy, which I think Mersh is actually a part of.
Yeah, he was the main culprit.
I'd love to see a Dave and Mersh crossover at some point.
Well, I think because of the Mersh cat thing, at some point I'm gonna have to do the Dave Catspiracy documentary and tie it into Mersh, because what happened was some guy was out at Dave's dumpster at his public housing place feeding stray cats, and Dave, being normal people, would just be like whatever, or they just say get out of here. Not Dave. Dave asked a whole bunch of questions, and the guy, to me, sounded shady. So I started looking into what he said, and it turns out they're all part of these fake cat lady organizations. And I say fake, they really raise money and they really go around feeding stray cats, but they all claim that they're doing it so that they can capture them in order to get them spayed or neutered, and they don't. And it's this giant conspiracy. In every town in America, you can find an organization that does exactly that. They feed the cats, but they don't want to get them spayed and neutered because they want more stray cats to feed. It's a scam.
Job security.
Yeah. And also, toxoplasmosis to some degree.
Yeah, well, they all go to Mersh's house. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Mersh is working with those organizations I'm talking about. the scammy. We called them the cat Illuminati and shit. We had a whole bunch of fun with it, but it really is a thing. And the only reason we figured out this vast charity scam is because Dave is just such an obstinate prick.
It makes so much sense now, though, if you think about it.
That's right. See, everybody's like, it's the elites, or some people are like, it's the Jews, it's the this, it's the that. Nah, it's the cat ladies. It's the cat ladies. I'm telling you, they're running everything. Psyops on all of us.
Totally.
Marge needs to be freed to break down the catspiracy. Otherwise, it will continue forever.
Well, yeah, and she'll just get her, and plus her vet appointments will just keep getting postponed too.
I love the call up a shelter and just, an aside, because we mentioned Marge, and say, yeah, the cat's pregnant. Well, I don't actually know. I kind of just think she is, because like that would be beneficial to me if she were,
I'm pretty sure the cat's pregnant. I've been fucking it every night since it got here. That's 3 months.
Got an ovulation calendar and everything.
Well, I mean, his cats have tried to bite him too a couple times.
Well, I mean, you'd try to bite the rapist too. Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do here on the show. I like to say something really awful about somebody and then just say allegedly, because that's a free pass. You can just say whatever you want.
I mean,
Allegedly.
I would be scared too if there were giant sausage fingers, like trying to grab me.
Well, he gets pretty fucking drunk.
What if they're like trying to warn him of a stroke coming? Like they can smell the changes in his body chemistry. They're like, "Hey, get to the doctor."
Oh, catching up with chat real quick. Victoria Pandora says, "Yeah, he's a top butt boy now." I think regarding the Gagan. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, the Gagan guy.
And then she also says, "Okay, I got to get back in the kitchen where I belong. Thanks, guys. Yeah, always pleasure everybody who joined us tonight and every night. We thank you all."
So, and I'm trying to see if our other surprised guests will pop up. But they said they would, but yeah. So, geez, it's been.
Oh, you mean the guy that those two guys say I stole his spot? I stole his job. Yeah. I've been looking forward to it, honestly. I hope he does pop by.
Yes, that guy. The Gamma to the ultimate Gamma, basically.
Owen Benjamin?
No. There's these two nerds in chat sometimes that think that I replaced Apex Gamma. It was like a big conspiracy, and so they don't like me. And like,
whatever happened?
Well, he had to take some time for personal reasons, and he's comes on the show every now and again now, and we have a blast. And those same two guys don't seem to get like we're bros. Like, what are you talking about? But I love those guys. Like, I hope they keep being really, really mad about it.
That would probably be the most entertaining thing, honestly.
Yeah, but to be fair, they've been outnumbered by like the anti-Shmooly crowd now.
And Shmooly is like one of our other co-hosts that like joins in occasionally. So
yeah. And then there's just a segment of chat that just despises him for no apparent reason. It's been fun. Yeah, we're totally not hostile to chat. We love chat.
That we do.
Now, As long as chat's giving, good, real reviews of things, then not like those fake reviews on Sam's book.
Yeah, we've well, that that we know who that is, so it would be funny if Mersh left a fake review, like, because he doesn't read. So
Well, Mersh's would be like, I was nice to this guy.
It's all literately written. There's like bad punctuation and like spelling errors.
Mersh like tries to file a police report.
He only tinks to police.
Yeah. Well,
Man.
what else is he gonna do?
Yeah,
Drink.
that's the extent of how much work he'll do. That's his work ethic.
Well, yeah.
Gamble. He could gamble. It requires money first, but you win some, you lose some. I love that too. Like the streamer culture thing now is to big dick each other over like donation money. That's how it's all become now. Like,
I'm a bigger victim than you are.
yeah. Oh, I beg for more donations than anybody. It's like, yeah.
Nah, that'd be DSP.
I don't know how
Talks
he
about,
gets
how
so many
bad this
fucking
is, like, his whole
donations.
existence. There are probably a lot of drug addicts across the that are just like him, that like have no prospect, and they're living off Section 8, SSI.
That's the thing that fucking tweaks me out. DSP gets 100K plus a year.
Yeah.
That's what the IRS having for us.
Well, I mean, people.
That's going.
I mean, people love to fuel the fire of mentally ill people. So.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, most people just want to see his downfall, and like giving him money like accelerates that goal. He's not going to do anything good with it. He's not going to like have a 401k, start day trading, and like become to a point where he doesn't need donations. No, he's going to spend it on like rubbing tugs.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Vaseline.
Merch with money is hilarious. You have to admit.
Yeah,
it's very brief window of time, but yeah, it's funny. He has money, and then he doesn't have the money.
He still like left his BMW at the shop, or like he just. I don't know how like mechanics work, but like if you just abandon your car at like a shop, can't they just like?
Eventually, they do scrap it, resell it, whatever.
It's considered abandoned, and they can sell it to recover some of their costs, of fixing it. But if that's not enough, then they can still sue small claims.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mersh bought like the junkiest BMW ever, so
that's why mechanics hate people like Mersh, is because they have to literally take them to court to get paid most of the time. It's bad for business. If you're the guy running the fucking mechanic shop, you got to take the day off, go down to fucking court at least once. Fucking, you're out. However many dollars you pull in that fucking day. Yeah, they hate people like Mersh.
Oh yeah, easily.
He still tried to pretend like, oh, they're letting me store it there until I pay it. They're like, no, it's theirs now. He just doesn't want to tell people that it's gone.
He figures you might give him some of his money back if he doesn't sell it yet, because it's such a piece of shit anyway. That's all. But at a certain point, he's gonna get sick of that. Get sick of fucking looking at it.
Yeah, and I like how he treats it like it's a status symbol. Like he bought like a M5 or whatever, like a 2024. Like, no, he got a a 12-year-old BMW with over 100,000 miles on it, and it broke down the first week.
Yeah, it's like I got a Lambo. Ignore all the body rot. It's the same mentality, right? It's like, oh, I got this old piece of shit, but it's got a brand name on it. It's like getting like a Gucci coat, right? And it's got holes in it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's big status, you know.
He wears a trash bag and he's like, look, it's the new Balenciaga.
It's like, bro, you know what's more impressive than your BMW Mersh? Like a 2019 Honda Civic. That's more impressive. That's a bigger status symbol.
For real.
Prius. A fucking Prius is more of a status symbol. Ugh.
That Prius would be a good fit for him if it wasn't so small.
Well, I mean, he's already cat lady, so why not like do the Prius thing?
Yeah, well, because he can't fit in one.
That's true. We need to get him one of them, like, I know what's the perfect vehicle for Mersh because he likes to kidnap cats and he's a massive weirdo creep and he's fat. A white panel van. Why has he not got one of them already? He can put free cat food on the side. Lure in the kitties.
He has, like, you know how people have those Jesus vehicles? It's except for Jesus, well, to like buy me a coffee and drinks and all that.
Yeah.
Like he's really different. Like those people that like buskers on the corner in town. They're like music and like they on the internet. This place stuff.
I do have to appreciate,
and somehow that makes them better than like a blue collar worker.
This is I think the first time on show history that we have had multiple joke Gadsden flags in the background. So I want to give a shout out to the cool people who have the joke Gadsden flags.
Yeah. Yeah, this is also the first time we've had 3 people on camera.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we usually always have like the third man out. Yeah, you gotta have some kind of joke Gadsden, right? Whether it be the snack. Oh, there you go. Yep. So we both got the snack going.
Yeah. No step on snack.
Of course.
My favorite one.
The moment I put up the Trump flag, nobody cared about any of my other flags. And that's all I ever hear about. Oh, you got a Trump flag. Yep. Now
Orange Man is bad.
Styx Hexenhammer stole my Trump flag. I've had this up for years. I feel like I have to get a different one just to... Can't be 2 New England long-haired fucking rock and roll guys with fucking the same flag. Maybe he should get rid of his, actually, now that I think about it. I was first.
Yeah, he should.
Either that or it's 2024, right, Sam?
Yeah.
All right. So either that or he can like box me, right? That's how everybody handles internet beef now, right?
Well, except for Mersh.
No, he's talking about being a great fighter now too.
Well, I know that, but like he ran away from Baked Alaska. He ran away from Baked Alaska, so
right on. Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, if Styx wants to keep the flag, I had it first. I have a valid claim. He can take it down, or he can like fight me for it. That's how internet settles its beef, right? He will never accept that offer because he's a skinny, like veganish man.
Apparently,
I am a lot bigger than him. I like Styx. He can keep the fucking flag. he can keep the flag for now.
Yeah.
He just got to pay me royalties for thinking of it first. That'll cost him about $350 per day.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Speaking of royalties,
or he could shill the book. Sticks, we can settle this right now. All you got to do is a promo for Sam's book, and then you can keep the flag up.
Yeah. Actually, I'd love for Razorfist to do a promo.
Just ask him, man. He promos anybody. Like, he's all about that Iron Age stuff, man. Which is basically.
Let me see. Does
did you get blocked by Razor?
Yeah,
you know how hard it is to do that. What did you do, Sam?
Apparently,
I'm supposed to be the edgy one. You're the wholesome aw shucks guy. What are you doing today? You're dropping F slurs. You're getting banned by.
Apparently it's real easy to get blocked by Razor when you're friends with Apex. But maybe I should let him explain.
Alan Powell in the chat says, winner keeps the flag, loser sings happy birthday to the winner. There we go.
That is fair.
Either that or you just do a promo for the Fourth Estate.
Until now on Amazon.
Yeah. We're not above we're not above extortion for the promos. Allegedly. I'm gonna start forcing people to do promos at gunpoint.
I mean, listen, Alan is also a gun guy. I can just, he can just show up to people's houses and they'll do the promo.
That's it. Real scary, that guy. Surprised you had him on, Sam. Like, what could happen next? It's life ruining. It's awful.
Well, I mean, look, my channel is probably already the channel I have is already DOA as is on YouTube. So
what would the internet think, Sam?
Well, I mean, the internet seems to think that my book is great, most of it. So
that's true. Yeah, so everybody will be okay with that. So yeah, don't worry, chat. Next time we get some good guests on, we're gonna get them surrounded with some firearms, and we're gonna have them do a book promo as a hostage tape. We call that guerrilla marketing, chat.
Yeah. See, Tom Clancy never did that. We're thinking outside the box.
Tell us how much you love the fucking book. Hey, you think Tom Clancy didn't do that? But do you know that Tom Clancy never did that?
Well, no.
There you go. You know what happens when you assume, Sam.
You make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that, well, if Tom Clancy didn't, I guarantee you Stephen King pulls guns on everybody.
Stephen King just like probably doses people with like LSD and makes them go on like bad trips.
Yeah. I heard though, certain types of people, particularly what is the word I'm looking for? Migrants. He'll just suck your dick instead. So hey, any migrants out there happen to be listening to the show, head up to Bangor, Maine, go find Stephen King. He will blow you in a way that you've never had your dick sucked before. He really, really enjoys your presence in the country. And it's totally not because he lives out in a rural place where you never come to, and he totally wouldn't freak out if you came to his house.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Has Stephen King ever had like migrants inside his house?
Oh, I'm sure he has plenty of illegals in his house. He's got an illegal maid, an illegal gardener, an illegal nanny. I'm sure he's got all that shit. Yeah, he's got them in his house for sure. As slave labor. He actually does. He actually does employ illegals. So
No, I know. So they've been in his house just as
as the help. Yeah. They're not going to get invited to Sunday dinner, Sam. What are you, crazy?
Well, I mean, I've been told by all these like good liberals though that like that's we just need to have conversations with migrants and then we'll understand them better.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because I don't speak Spanish.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I'm sure some of it gets lost in translation. Like, it's not about, for me, I don't give a fuck about the experience of the damn migrants. I understand why they come here perfectly fine. Because New York City says, here's a debit card, go nuts. Hey, oh, you guys don't have enough houses for all you migrants? Let's kick some of these veterans out on the street and then give you free money. That's why they come here. They come here because they have the dumb fucking impression that they'll get free health care. We don't even get free fucking health care.
Yeah, well, you have to be a migrant or you have to be a troon.
True. I wonder why so many people have gone troon. It's not like there's any benefit to it.
I mean,
except, all of society bowing before you.
Well,
being declared a bigot.
Well, that's like a short-term benefit.
That's why, Sam, since last June, I floated you an idea, and we kind of ended up deciding against it. I'm not so sure that we shouldn't do it this year, and I'm going to let you in on it, chat. I want to burn a pride flag for Pride Month. I don't even actually hate gay people in any way, but I am sick of bowing to their fucking ideology. I'm sick of it being it used to be, Sam, in this country, you'd walk down the street, everybody had an American flag on their house.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be a sin to be a fucking patriot. And it didn't used to be almost universally tied with, well, you can only be that if you're a Christian conservative.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is like, people used to not be as political because everyone was like pro-American. Like being pro-American was not like a political thing.
Yeah. In social terms, most people used to be a lot more libertarian. They didn't give a shit about what other people were doing if it didn't affect them.
Yeah. And it was like for a really long time too.
Yeah, like 200 years.
So
just about 200 years. Yeah, 220, something like that.
So, oh shit, we've got, ladies and gentlemen, we have a gamma in the house.
Oh shit.
Am I in here? Have I been? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been in here the whole time. Oh shit. I was thinking I was in like a waiting room.
No,
so we turned that off because Sam kicked Alan Powell earlier.
by accident.
Can you guys hear me all right? Do I sound okay? Am I too loud?
Sound crystal clear.
Awesome. What's up, dudes?
It's been so long. How you been?
I know, man. I'm okay. Sammy, happy fucking 16. Congratulations on the books, right?
Yeah,
Dude, that's awesome.
This is the late.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the latest one, and I've got the other one here around somewhere.
And they're what's the word? They're like character novels, right? Like almost like a James Bond type of thing. Like, are they all
Yeah.
following similar characters? That's fucking cool as shit, man.
Yeah, they're like political thrillers, and honestly, I one of the reasons why I decided to start writing again was because I got sick of all these like, and Max and I have talked about this. All these like YouTubers are like, oh, everything's woke, Hollywood is, and it's like, okay, well then fucking like make something.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like.
And then him just being himself, he befriends all these authors because he's such a nice guy.
Of course.
And it's like, it's weird, man. It's been weird the last couple months. Like, our numbers keep going up.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
I don't know why anybody's listening, but like, I'm not gonna question it.
Dude, I'm so proud of you guys. You guys, and Max, you've done my boy so proud. I could not imagine somebody stepping into the second chair and doing a better job than you've done. This young man deserves all the fucking love and praise in the world, and I gave it to him, but I also fucked with him a lot too, and was drunk most of the time.
Oh yeah, well look, we still
we're men. That's what we do.
We still derail the show, and we'll go for like 3 hours talking about nothing.
Right.
So,
well, dude, that's awesome though. I'm very happy for you, and it's so funny. Like I said, I didn't even see your 16th anniversary, which also congratulations on that too. Before I got your DM that you'd sent me on Twitter, asked me if I was available today. I had been thinking for like 2 straight days on and off, just thinking about like years ago when every Saturday was committed. Like I couldn't do shit. And I didn't want to do anything other than come home and talk to you and chat and stuff. And I just miss it. I miss you, miss bullshitting with you. And I'm just so happy you guys are doing so well.
Couple things on that. I think we can help with that. One, you're always welcome here. You know that. Just hit us up anytime. Two, you could jump in the Gilded server. Sometimes we're in the, we're not always in there like Discord people, like where they're just on there all day. Sure. But like sometimes we're in there shooting the shit. It'd be a great way to catch up.
Yeah, that's another thing is like I kept in touch with everybody for all of this time. I mean, even before Sammy and I joined Sammy as co-host, I was on Discord and I joined Discord. It all happened, pretty much one after the other, close together. I didn't have Twitter. I wasn't really on the internet much other than as like an observer. And I have recently, I deleted Discord off of my phone like a year or two ago, just because I spent too much time doing it. And I didn't enjoy it. It got to the point where like I wasn't having fun anymore, but it was still taking up my time.
I'm with you. I don't use Discord, and it's funny because like the switch to Gilded, it's basically the same thing, right? But like I find that on my server that I've had for like 2 years now, and Sam's server and all these other servers, it ain't the Discord all day, every day in chat shit.
Oh wait, Gilded is like a Discord alternative?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying like a Gilded Discord server, like some fucking
No. It's
no, that's cool. Okay.
And it has less limitations, which I like, where I can post like actual videos instead of like 3 megabytes or whatever.
Yeah, that always sucked, right?
Yeah, and it's the Sam server. It's just like fans of the show and shit. So you'd be, among friends for sure. And like I say, maybe once a week we jump into voice chat. It's not like I hate the Discord lifestyle people get into, and it's easy to fall into if you got nothing else to do too.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like Sammy, I think I met you in like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
2018, early 2018, something like that. And then a year or two of having fun. I mean, those early days, that's when the 8.0 the 8.0 Discord server was up, and I was I was meddling with like the giants of the shit posty side of the internet that I'd watched, and the Zooms and the fucking just Plate Gang and all that crazy weird shit. But it was fun. I was like I played a character as a therapist. I mean, in this server with like thousands of people, I had my own little VC where I don't know. It was fun. I had fun with that. And then COVID popped off, and then my fiance of 8 years, shortly after my little brother died, I of course kind of collapsed inward and wasn't doing well. And instead of dealing with it, she was like, "You know what?
You sound so much better, by the way. I just want to point out,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're doing a lot better.
I mean, I'm not really, but I'm actually trying for a change. You know what I mean? Instead of just fucking, resigning myself to just fucking, whatever comes my way. I'm trying a little bit. I got a long way to go, but
don't we all?
Things are. I mean, things are not great, but they're not bad either. They could certainly be worse. And I mean, long story short, though, I mean, when I quit the show, or I didn't even quit, I just stepped aside. I never wanted to quit. I never wanted anything but the best for you. But I didn't feel like I was providing that. It had been a while that I had felt that, where I was like, not only did I feel like I wasn't helping, I felt like a negative impact both on you and me and your show and your metrics and stuff. Like I wasn't, even though you guys may still just derail and talk nonsense, but I was getting fucked up. I was just, all I really cared about was drinking and running my mouth,
Yeah.
So it just got to the point where I'm like, I feel like it's be better for both of us, for you. And it has. Look where we are now.
But you didn't get the memo though? You didn't get the memo that like I orchestrated a plot with Shmuley to replace you?
Oh, yeah.
There's two guys, I swear to God, that they're like, Max drove him away. They fucking hate me to this day.
No way.
And I'm like, bro, Apex, like, he's been on the show with me. And yeah, he's like,
that's incredible.
Boy.
That's incredible because I didn't even, and I mean, no offense to you, Max, but I didn't even know, I never even heard your name.
No, I didn't know who you were when I got asked. He just was like, hey, my co-host had some stuff he had to step aside.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to fill in? And I was originally, my answer was, well, there's a bunch of our guys with Right to Offend Media that could rotate in until he comes back or you find a permanent. And I just started doing it and we just had so much fun.
The other thing that I find so funny though was Apex is the one who first like linked Johnny Fox, aka Jack Pierce, up with me in the first place.
Yeah.
And then so then he came on my show during one of the times when I think you were at work, Apex, and I asked him, so what is your book about, or something like that.
You asked him how he comes up with his ideas. That the most basic question you ask any creative person, right? It's like low-hanging fruit. It's basically the radio equivalent of talk about yourself for as long as you would like.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was his answer, Sam?
To go off on a 20-minute spiel about like this guy Max Sand, who is the meanest. Like, he was trying to paint Max out to be like some Ethan Ralph type character, basically. And out of like pure curiosity, I'm like, oh man, I gotta like check this Max guy out. And as it turns out, like Max was probably like the most, like normal.
Yeah.
Like, albeit maybe a bit quirky, but like not like not a locale. Meanwhile, Johnny turned into a locale. I found out.
I got to be honest with you. I only ever kept tabs on that dude because I knew. I picked it up a long time ago. I'm not even 100% where I first met him, but I think it was in the 8.0 or the Zero Tech. That's what the server was called, the Zero Tech server. And he's always he would always rotate these like 3 or 4 pictures of this dude, this white dude with long hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was early on. I'm like, yeah, this dude's full of shit. But and I never even really talked to him that much. It's just I do it to this day. There are people that I follow that I like, I'll like the things they tweet, and sometimes I'll comment on them, but I'm not. The only thing I'm doing is trying to drive engagement for that person, so other people, smarter and wittier, and just a little more. I've always been like a kind of a conduit to these things. I kind of pick up on the little bits. I've never been like a. I'm not quick enough most of the time or witty enough to talk shit to a lot of these people, but I do like to keep tabs on them. And push them in directions where funny things can happen and I can watch.
What's funny now is like he has this big brained idea now. He's like, well, I didn't succeed as an author, but Sam has, so I'm going to shit on him by leaving 1-star reviews. And like
I think there's a little more context. So why did he come at Sam at all? Is because of me, right?
Sure.
And the thing is, he's had a little bit of an arc this year where his lazy form of content got popular with like normie middle-aged white women because he's watching catfished videos and he doesn't do a lot of commentary. So really what they're doing is watching an episode of Catfish and he talks for about 2 minutes.
Yeah. Interject here and there.
It went to his head. He's now got a Kiwi Farms thread, which includes like dirty messages he sent to some girl where he spits the greatest line ever spit. You want to talk about game? Johnny Fox said, "You're the most beautiful girl in the Discord." Such amazing lines like that. It's a wonder why he's not married. What a catch. But yeah, he did like furry RP with this girl and then treated her like trash. And she found my videos about him and I did an interview with her. And the funniest part is that it basically confirmed what we've been saying for years, is that he's a furry.
Oh, no way. Sorry. I kind of glitched out there for a second, but I caught most of that and then ended with it turns out he's a furry. Oh, yeah, of course. Sure.
Yeah, because this girl, now I've become like the Johnny Fox janitor by having videos about him. And he pissed all of these women off, right? Pretty much all of them. And like, then he starts talking shit about them. And he had sent them all this like sensitive material. And, hell hath no fury.
Ugh.
And so I messaged Johnny. The one time I get a fucking conversation with the guy one-on-one. And I say, stop oversharing on the internet, and if you insist on keeping to do it, try and be nice to these girls. And you know what he told me? He told me that he is Jesus Christ and I need to shut up. So
yeah, he sounds, I mean, again,
and then it became he started doing the thing. You know how they all call Sam retarded, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then he just started
retarded. He's just physically retarded. Where I was always the mental retard and Sammy was the physical retard. Together, we made a perfect retard.
Yeah. It's so funny because that's like the first thing, right? That every fucking time. And it's like, bro,
it's easy.
Do you understand what a trap is? Because that's a trap. You don't win that exchange. Once you cross that line, any outside observer is like, oh my God.
Right.
That
100%.
seems
100%. Yep.
That seems to be the kiss of death, though, because like I don't know, Apex, if you've seen, but like Mersh, you remember like in his video rant against me, he did like this guy looks like he's having a stroke.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I don't know
and the obligatory Walt Jr. Shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen like I don't know if you've seen any of the recent Mersh stuff from like Mr.
Mersh had strokes on stream is what he's getting.
Yeah, I did see Mersh literally have a stroke. I think the first one, that's the one I saw on Twitter. Dude, I know exactly what fucking happened. I mean, he literally had a fucking seizure. Like there was not enough oxygen in his fucking brain and he stroked out for a second. Like he's like, whoa, that was weird. Like that's fucking
my favorite line in the whole thing is, I just had a fucking what, Mersh?
Yeah, exactly.
What did you have? You know it. He almost said it. And then he thought, oh God, if I say that,
Well, dude, look, I mean, back in certain days long gone, when I did things that I no longer do, when you get like certain kinds of head rushes, or whatever, like if you're, I mean, even just a head rush normally, you know, you sit in one place for a long time and you stand up, or if you smoke weed, it's sitting down for a long time, you're not used to it, you stand up. You know what I mean? Like weird
Yeah.
shit can happen in your brain when that happened. But yeah, that was I've never actually seen anything quite like it. That little fuck little engine trying to start.
Real
Well,
quick, Chibi's out in chat, said that she made it.
Hi,
Hi.
Chibi.
She said she can confirm she was there. That's about the Johnny Fox stuff.
Oh, gross.
Low hanging fruit. I think that's in reference to people just calling Sam a retard. She said, "Hi, Sam and Max." I did.
And
she's the one that pointed out that obvious reference because I'm a huge Sam and Max fan, actually. And I didn't realize for the whole year we're together that that's like a meme. And maybe we should like make a cartoon of that. But and then she asked, this is why I wanted to kind of interject, who all is speaking. This is Apex Gamma, former co-host of the show before me.
Hi, Chibi.
And
Thank you for joining us.
And Apex, what's also funny is like I haven't paid attention to Owen Benjamin in like 2 years roughly, up until someone tagged me, and then I tagged you and Alan about that like gate video. But
pleased to see.
Oh, you're back. Yeah.
I don't see my thing lighting up.
Oh, there you are.
Oh man, I don't think I'm back, guys.
You're back.
You're back.
So back. Well, yeah, it's been wild. Chibi says, "Oh my God, Apex, nice to finally hear you." Yeah, that's because everybody talks so highly. Even the newer fans know who Apex is, and that's what I'm saying. But no, it's actually it was a Shmuley actually masterminded the plan to I don't even know how that timeline works, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like
I do love that theory. I love that there's a Max conspiracy. Like when I started on the show, we had a lot less viewers. Wouldn't it not have been easier to just not conspire to take over somebody's show? We and build a new thing. I don't know. I love it. I love their theory. It's so great.
What I love is that like there's like an actual Shmuley hate club because
Yes.
because
nobody deserves it more than Shmuley. Shmuley,
but
frankly, audience, he's not here tonight, and I bet you he won't watch this. I'm gonna tell him not to, and then he will. More of you need to like at least pretend you're part of the Shmuley haters.
Well, but like also like
we need all of chat to just be universally anti-Shmuley.
But also no, to kind of break the fourth wall. I thought that like Shmuley's hate club was like his own creation because Shmuley has
something he would do. I know.
Yeah, Shmuley has that. Shmuley has that like has that sense of humor where he would. So like I asked him the other night, like when it was just the two of us, and he's like, no, man, I swear. He's like, I honestly don't know who like the actual like. I thought that maybe you were like, trolling or something.
MAGA News Network is one of like the older Rumble channels. Actually, it's been around for a while. So I don't know who it is, but
I don't know who it is either because like, granted, I've been on Rumble for a while, but really up until I got banned off, YouTube, like I hadn't really used it that much because like up until recently it was kind of like unusable.
There was definitely some flaws until very recently, actually. I love the Rumble Studio now, though. We're doing great with that.
Yeah, and they just announced like they're actually going to be like integrating like an ad center where like advertisers can pitch like ads for different shows and that they want to like advertise on. So that would be like really cool to like have like smaller brands like I've always said this, that like I'm not against advertising.
No.
I'm against we're gonna save America. Please give us like $100 or.
Well, I mean, we don't sit there and like she'll, hey, donate to us. Oh God, we're not gonna have any gambling money or anything like that. We've from the beginning, when we talked about any type of monetization, it was always towards old school methodology because I'm an old radio guy. You're an old radio guy. In radio land, okay, the most effective maneuver is to sell merchandise of some kind rather than certainly you on a radio, like let's say you're on an FM commercial radio station and you started asking for donations, that would not go over very well. But if you're like the DJ and you're selling a book or you have whatever, something, a drink brand or whatever, that tends to do better. So that's why we kind of head in that direction. And I'm not sure if Apex is coming back, but I think it's as good as time as any. We got a good audience here. What can we, now that we've hit the anniversary, Sam, we've seen some old friends, what do we got for the next year? What are we looking at? What's any big ideas, any big plans? I know we have some.
Well, I actually have an announcement. I don't know when it'll drop, but I'm actually going on Terrence McCauley's I'm recording a podcast with Terrence McCauley, who he's a well-known author and also hosts a podcast called Spies, Lies, and Private Eyes,
which is a great title, by the way.
Very very clever podcast. And like I'm really honored to be there because like he's actually had the guy who like wrote like the book that Rambo was based on that show, David Morrell. So to be on like a podcast where like actual like famous authors have like appeared like multiple times, like that's exciting. And then as far as like guests go, we actually we got confirmation that like Satanic actually does want to do the show, with us.
Like
soon.
Presently, that one's coming. For those that don't know, Satanic, also known as Andrew Sherm, who recently we talked about the podcast about his mother, Minds of Madness podcast, Who Killed Jennifer? It's a 4-part series. His mother was murdered, and they found a lot of, I don't want to like give spoilers, but there's a lot of information that we're going to go over. Also, it's like I told him, there's other things he's a musician. He's really into the UFO disclosure community. So there's a lot we could talk about with him. And that should be probably within the next week or so, depending.
Yeah.
Also, we got confirmation that Val Venus has agreed to come on the show. All the wrestling fans out, if you're an Attitude Era wrestling fan, you know who Val Venus is, but you might not know that he's very political now, and he might have some opinions that surprise you or even make you think. And so that'll be really cool.
You know what's wild about that? I don't know if you saw my Twitter exchange with him from the other day, but I actually like recommended okay. Apex is saying that like Rumble has kicked him out. That he's like been disconnected from stream. That's weird.
We could try and rejoin.
He's been doing that.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that. I just
hold on a sec, folks.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
There we go.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know what the. I mean, it's clearly on my end. I mean, as you guys are aware, I've upgraded from a 2009 laptop to a, what did I say? Was a 2012 laptop or something like that. So,
sick.
But
You're living in the future now.
Oh, fucking A, man.
Yeah.
No, but I don't remember what we were talking. What were you guys just talking about? Other than
I said, it's anniversary, so the next year, and we were talking about some of the stuff he's going on Terrence McCulley's podcast.
I'm not familiar.
He's a very notable author.
Oh, that's so fucking awesome, Sammy.
He's
been on the show.
Yeah, he's been on the show. He's actually he had a show that got like pitched to HBO, and then it got like rejected, but still like.
Yeah, that's still a good place to be.
Yeah, and like he actually had the guy who wrote the book that Rambo was based off of originally.
Oh, shit.
So
he's had a lot of notable people on the podcast, as I could tell. I was going through like some of the older episodes. Also, you might you're a bit of a wrestling nerd like all of us, right?
No, I'm very much the opposite. I think you're all fucking gay as shit for enjoying it.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Well,
that's a joke. You guys enjoy what you like, but go ahead.
Notable 90s wrestler Val Venis.
That's an era that I can get behind it. The name definitely rings a bell. So
he was a wrestling porn star, was his gimmick.
Ah, nice.
Hello, he's an ANCAP now, and he has the most triggering opinions to the left. And so I shot in the dark. I was like, hey, would you want to come on? I don't even really want to talk about wrestling. I want to talk about like Mises and Spooner and shit. And he was down.
Shit. And you know what else is funny, Max, as I was just already to mention, is he was like, he tweeted out the other day, he's like, hey, does anyone like have like a good resource for like this whole thing on like the Israeli-Palestine conflict? And I actually like linked him to my friend Etna, who, I don't know, you might remember her, Apex. She was one of the Danger Zone people that left the Bears with us. She lives over in Israel.
Oh,
and she's actually like legit like journalist now, like doing like not like
she also came on the show. And the crazy thing is, all these guests, and I have very little to do with booking almost all of them.
Yeah.
Sam's a fucking machine, man.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I have something to do with the Val Venis, because I just asked him. Also, we had mentioned, and then the chat's gonna hate us for saying it twice, but Sicktanic, who is a rapper, the founder of Occult Rap, specifically, who I've been a fan of for a long time. Recently, there was a podcast, and this is maybe a listen recommendation, called The Minds of Madness. It's a true crime podcast. His mother was murdered when he was 1 year old. And this podcast helped him do the absolute deepest dive into the case and came up with so much information that it's almost frustrating, because we're so close to like having closure for him. And so we're gonna have him come on, talk about that, talk about music. He's really into UFO disclosure as well. I want to pick his brain on that. And that should be next week, I believe, depending when the scheduling.
Hopefully. Anyway, though, before you got cut off, Apex, I was asking. Alan Powell just popped on the show. By the way, it was fun talking to him. But it was kind of wild, because I haven't been paying attention to the Owen thing in like 2 years, and I know that neither you or Alan had. But like, basically someone tagged me in like a post about like Owen's I guess he got served finally.
Yeah,
And
that's that video that you sent, or that you tagged, or you sent me and Alan.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
What was the service for? What was it being served for exactly?
well, from what I understand, he basically refused to pay a guy who was like a professional video editor. But he also like gave this guy like access to his gate code and basically like gave him the keys to his.
That's how the guy that served him the papers had the gate code.
Yeah, because like
that's incredible.
Because like Owen always does this thing of like, you know, he'll get people super close to him.
Because he wants them to do everything for him. Yeah, it's a tale as old as I've been on the internet.
Yeah,
I mean, literally countless. There are countless, and of course it's to varying degrees. But I'm glad to see that it's at least finally come to this point. I doubt anything real will come of it other than content, but that's fine with me.
No, it's just interesting because like people like Liz Antoinette, she still does, you know, her stuff over on YouTube, and I actually popped in chat and she like wanted to know where you and I had both been, and I said, well, we kind of like, you know, we both got away from this and we're both doing our own things.
Right.
I guess like I've heard Johnny like doing some stuff on there. It's been wild to hear him doing commentary again.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it
seems to be a good time for the good guys.
Yeah, maybe we'll have an Apex Gamma revival, and I'll just start clipping Owen, just doing some deeper dive Owen content instead of just on my phone. No, I don't want to do that. Who am I fucking kidding?
Well,
that sounds horrible. That sounds horrible.
Well,
it sounded fun until you said it, huh?
Literally, yeah. Like literally in the back of my head, I'm like, oh fuck, that might be fun. No.
A better revival would be come on the show more often. We love
Yeah, I was just about to say, what I do like doing is talking about stuff. And I don't do that anymore because other than work, I don't fucking do anything.
I've also
bro, you gotta come on more. Now we're on Rumble. We don't have to worry about shit. There's in the entire year, all the shit we've said, they've never even there's never been a problem.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you though. I said some horrible things on YouTube for a long time. Like we did it for a long time.
I've said some really awful things on this show in the last year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to compare, but I think that what it comes down to, Sammy, I think what was it that finally got? Did they even say what was it? Specific videos? No, it was one of everything they did.
No, here's what's funny though, and I always bring this up to people is like, yeah, you and I, Apex, we said some horrible shit on YouTube.
I love that Sam makes the point to say not just you.
Yeah, of course, because he's a fucking such a good boy. God,
I
love him.
But it wasn't any of the stuff that like you or I did on YouTube that got it was like the thing that I got copyright strikes for were like I interviewed my friend who worked.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Who was like at the Capitol when January 6th happened. I had the most like normal like conversation with him. That got banned, and then medical misinformation, I guess, on one of the vaccine things. Okay, I can get that. But then the third thing that I finally got banned for was, well, they never actually told me.
We can only assume based on when he was banned. And so what were you talking about when you actually were live and got banned, Sam?
This was so literally, Apex, like a week after you like left the show, my grandfather passed, and so I took a week off, And when I came back, I was literally eulogizing my grandfather on air.
Whoa.
And I was literally in the middle of saying what a great man he was, and I was gonna miss him. And they got apparently that was too edgy for YouTube. So
Jesus Christ, man.
Now, we assume it wasn't that, but isn't that a
No.
way funnier story? It's
And-
not funny, but it's funny because that's the type of fucking shit YouTube would do.
Yeah, well, you know, the worst part is I actually called Susan shortly after I was like, Sammy, I need to take a break. And I was like, Sam Whitfield, the Whitfield report? Yeah, I need to take it out.
It is.
Wait till hold on. His grandfather just died. Wait till he's talking about him before you pull the plug, please.
There's a false flag.
You owe me. You owe me.
There it
Susan.
is. There it is. There it is. Well, you know, it's not just us though.
He's like, look, you'll find something. Just go back and look at some of the shit I've said.
I mean, truth is, that's the thing. That's kind of the way I thought about it. Is like anybody that really wanted to hurt Sam, they wouldn't have to look that far into his YouTube channel to find something that's actually damning. You know what I mean? Any other bullshit that he got was mostly just trolling, downvotes, shit talk in the comments, you know, things like that. And I'm sure you got reported here or there, you know.
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's at least similar to the original Apex Gamma YouTube channel where I posted. I mean, Owen saying horrible things, just clips out of context, and then me commenting and saying, you know, sometimes awful things. I did that for a fucking couple of years. But the first 2 videos I posted of clips of a Trump rally, nothing, no commentary, nothing else on top of it. 2 fucking clips, separate videos. Then my fucking YouTube channel disappeared. No, and they didn't even. It was 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the night. I got the 3 strikes I got before the ban, like on the timeline on my email. The banning of the channel was earlier than the 3 strikes. You know what I mean? So it was like it was clearly some automated shit.
Yeah. One of the strikes on like I think the interview with my friend.
Johnny has no imagination. Sorry, go ahead.
One of the strikes that I got on my channel before it got banned was like it was a strike that happened like on Christmas Day, and I'm like, yeah, that's automated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the bright side, though, what that has caused is all of this success. Like the success isn't due to the change of co-hosts. The success is due to we got the shackles taken off. Because if I'm telling you, if you were here, you know, maybe not in the, you know, how you were feeling, you know, a couple of years ago or whatever.
Sure.
But like, if you were here right now, you'd probably be talking similar to the way I do. And like, there's no fucking problem on Rumble, even Spotify. We're still on iTunes, right, Sam?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like we have all these platforms to where like once you get out of the YouTube plantation, suddenly it's like, man, we can talk. We can actually talk. That's all. It is.
Yeah,
we're just allowed to talk here.
I think I got to be honest with you though. Knowing Sammy for a few years prior, I do think it kind of kicked him into a different gear too. You do, Sammy. You do seem to have a because you. I don't want to say you were in the same space because we're different people, but it seemed like there was a while there that you weren't. You were still doing the show, but I mean, how many times did we set up do like a pre-show or I mean, we would rarely discuss the things we were going to talk about other than just loose terms. Well, okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, you've written 2 books since then, and you guys.
It put a chip on his shoulder the size of fucking Jupiter. Yeah.
Good. And that's what I mean. Like that's good. All of those things are fantastic, and I'm very happy to see them. And that's the way it should. I mean, maybe should work for everybody, but everybody that's got any kind of fire in their belly.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too was like that was getting really irritating was like, you know, fucking Mersh of all people was making money, getting drunk and whatnot, and I was actually like trying to put out a show and
Sure.
getting nothing. So
Yeah. And I mean, look, you got plenty, I mean, not plenty, but as I actually talked to some OGDZ people. I mean, it's been a while, but I was lamenting at the idea of like of leaving the show, and I'm like, I was expressing to them that I have not helped you. Like the whole point of me joining in was not just like stroke my own ego and just talk. I thought you needed. I mean, we're talking the days when you were taking your shirt off every show, not even for donations, just fucking one of the.
And now I can't even get him to take pictures for his lady fans. I swear to God. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah. So, I just thought you needed a little help, just kind of focus. And I actually really enjoy, and I think I'm fairly good at talking to people that I've never met and asking them questions that are relevant to people that don't understand what they do entirely, or maybe do, but want more detail, And I think when you and I had the opportunity to do that, which was rare, it worked well as a bounce. And I assume you guys do the same thing. Again, I've not kept up with every stream. I was not familiar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, the big interviews that he's nailed this year, almost all of them he's done without me.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't
books them. He records them. I'm nowhere involved with it.
Yeah.
To be fair though, this is kind of the funny thing though, is not to get off on like too much of a different rabbit hole, but like, Apex and I did interview the Vickers, and I actually thought that was a pretty good interview that we did.
Yeah.
Now it's turned out that, I mean, it's out there now.
Most of the internet, to be fair, everybody was like, yeah, this was a good interview. And if he had followed through on the things he said, then they probably would feel differently about him now.
Yeah. I mean, if basically like, and I mean, I hate to say this, but it is kind of funny that like that trolls were using clips of my show, not necessarily to like make fun of me, but basically like one of the things that Mr. Vickers said was, this podcast is not going to be about Ethan Ralph at all. And then edit in Curb Your Enthusiasm music, and I'm on.
Yeah, that's literally.
And there's no ill will with us.
No, I never had any issue with them, but I did a solo.
Where he's at now was very predictable based on
I did the solo interview I did on the Vickers show. I got messages from people I hadn't talked to in a while or ever, a few of them, I mean, 5 or 6, but I got like a virtual fucking fist bump for being one of the only people at the time to go, hold on a second. This is a really bad idea, guys. You guys don't really actually want to do this. I understand your point, but do you understand what's going to happen if you
what you're inviting,
what you're bringing to the rest of your family and your business and shit? And I mean, I'm not the super confrontational type, so I tried to be polite about it, but I did the whole show, but I did try to make that very clear. And I honestly forgot we did the Vickers interview, Sam.
I was on their show twice, and once it was during what they called No Ralph November. So I trolled the audience by talking about his coin shop and his like coin autism, and that worked really well. And then the other time they were like reading the transcript of his trial, and it was rather funny. But yeah, the thing that the real kind of rift that developed with me and Mr. V, and there's still no hard feelings. Some of his associates, one of them in particular, because we didn't like his lawsuit or whatever, and I told him, I was like, suing, John Doe's on the internet to get their docs is, even if you're in the right legally, is not going to win friends or influence people. And he disagreed, and then we kind of parted ways at that point. Of course, big shout out to Faith. We all love Faith. Faith is great.
No, Faith. Yeah, no, and that's the thing that
anybody that's got a beef with Faith, you probably should get a life.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. I think anybody with like a decent moral foundation that was in any way involved with that whole situation tried to say the same thing to them, and
so because me and a couple other guys that were basically in like Faith's circle more than his, we were all telling him like this lawsuit's a bad idea, and he disagreed, and that was fine. But one of his buddies, who's kind of prone to flying off the handle and drinking too much, flagged all of our accounts on Twitter and got 2 of them at least temporarily banned.
Oh,
I was the only one that didn't get banned, but I got shut down for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I mean, Apex, like I know Dick Molesterson and Atomic Denny because of.
Yeah, those are the other 2. They both got banned for saying that, and like those
they're good boys.
What he didn't realize is like the 3 of us were the 3 amigos at the time. So he went after them, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it wasn't Mr. Vickers, and I don't even think he knew about it. But I was like, bro, rein your friend in. Tell him to calm the fuck down. Go sober up and stop being a fucking shithead. But and he did, as far as he said, I don't think he did it, but if he did, I'll tell him to stop. And that was the end of that. But I said, look, man, you're gonna go through with that lawsuit. I don't want any of that on me.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in I believe in internet anonymity. Just because I'm on here with my face, just because Sam uses his real name, doesn't mean that we don't support anonymity for people who want it. In fact, I think anonymity is the most important part of free speech. Personally,
yeah, absolutely,
absolutely, yeah, and that was where I think Mr. V, I don't think was surprised that Max was kind of on, but like Mr. V literally said to me in private DMs, is like, well, you have your face out there, and I'm like, yeah, but like,
I don't think, because it's not a matter of principle for him, he didn't really kind of get that it's a matter of principle for me and a lot of the internet.
Yeah,
and that's okay, but then when you're being warned that that's what's going to happen, well, I mean, he's a grown man. He did what he wanted, and
it's a very boomer approach to the whole thing. I mean, I hate to put it in those terms.
For the whole family, honestly, I don't have any.
Of course, I mean, of course, everybody in this chat does. I think.
Yeah,
but it's just some stuff that's happened, and guess what? It's the 16th anniversary. We're gonna blow the top off this bitch. We got the former, current co-hosts in the house. And
it's a fucking dream team, bro.
I drank the only 2 beers that I have, so now I'm good. I'm not getting drunk. I might get more stoned though. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I smoke pot on the show every week.
I know, but it tends to, especially once I just get fucking. I get a little bit bored, and I'll take a couple hits too many, and I'm like, what?
Well,
I have heard about this book though, called The Fourth Estate.
Yeah. So I actually, let me see if I can find. Oh, of course it fell on the.
While he's getting ready, did you hear about? He had a guy on. I talked about the drug war and fentanyl in relation to the cartels, and then a bunch of people decided that means that Sam is anti-weed.
Yeah, he is anti-weed.
Well, he's not anti. He doesn't do it, but he was like, no, I actually just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
also the context of that conversation was about cartels and fentanyl.
Yeah,
what does that have to do with pot? Especially, and I pointed out immediately after, and Steve Stratton, another one of Sam's author friends now, he backed me up on it. I was like, this has nothing to do with pot, especially legal pot. In fact, legal pot is great in that the cartels aren't the ones fucking profiting off it.
Yeah.
Granted, the big cartel known as the U.S. government is profiting off of it, but
yeah, so far as we know, I mean, there's not a 0% chance the cartels are supplying quote unquote legal weed in the States,
Oh, sure. But I mean, like, for example, in my state, Massachusetts, if it's not grown here, you can't sell it here.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Of course, the
you're not
gray
legally
market,
allowed to have a gun in Chicago. So, you know what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
was gonna say the gray market still exists because it's not a black market anymore because it's still legal.
Sure.
But, so I'm sure there is cartel shit coming in that way. But like the point being is like he was talking about the serious problems at the border with human trafficking and fentanyl and
Yeah.
all this other fucking shit. And there's like a couple people in the audience that were like, "Oh my God, Sam, what are you, a drug warrior?"
Yeah.
He's
Well, I mean, look, retards on the internet. That's.
I thought you would just find it funny that Sam.
Yeah, no,
got
it is
to be
absolutely
like the most uptight person in the world.
Yeah. And also
As I'm sitting here the whole time that this conversation is going on, I'm sitting here
And you're
smoking
smoking
blunt.
weed. You're smoking weed, yeah.
One also like Steve's like a former Green Beret, and like he was in the Secret Service under like President Reagan, and the other thing too is like he's also like liked a lot of my posts and a lot of Max's posts on Twitter. Like,
Yeah,
we
he's
have
actually very similar to us politically, and he was just talking about a larger issue. He said we need to up the war on drugs, I believe was the quote. And what he meant was on the cartels and the smuggling and the fucking human trafficking and all and the violence and all that shit. And all they heard was like, "Oh God, moral panic pot." Like, what the fuck? Gotta love people. We love our audience.
Well, you know what I do love is Chibi in the audience because she just said, quote, everyone talks over Sam, the show.
Yes.
And I do feel like the one thing I am better than you at, Max, is saying, everybody shut up. Sam, what were you just saying? Finish what you were talking about. And I have not done a very good job so far. And I apologize. And I love you guys. You know that.
You have months and months of not coming on.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
It's okay.
But
and that's the funny part. Sam holds down, like I said, shows on his own.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sam.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but Apex, you wanted to know about the book. This first one, Shadows of Deception, started off the series. So I wrote this as a short story, like back before I even met you, even before I started college.
I assume. Yeah, go.
And while I was in school, I never had time to like write anything of my own. So, but then after I graduated, I was like, I wrote this years ago. Like, let me try and do something with it. So it took about a year for me to write like this, short novella, and I put it on Amazon. Just added
immediately got chastised for only making it an ebook.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted that fucking hard copy of Sam's book.
Yeah, well, and I was like, and so at first I was like, really? So like I basically did like the cheapest like version of the paperback, and which I have hold on. I've got
Can I buy it in paperback right now?
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Okay, good.
The link is the link to all my books should be in the description. So
and plastered all over Twitter.
Good.
Yeah.
As we do. We've become very adept at selling books, actually.
That's good.
So this is actually the first printing, which is no longer in print because I did a reformatting once the book sold more, and so
Chibi says, "Oh, Sam, Kimmy bought your book. I told her to start with the first one, heart emoji." Awesome.
Oh, I appreciate
every
it.
single one is appreciated.
My first international copy too, by the way.
Wow, that's fucking cool as shit, man.
So yeah, so this is the first one, Shadows of Deception, which I think is good, and it kind of introduces everything. But then this one, The Fourth Estate, which deals like a lot more with like media corruption and whatnot. This is the new
Give us
one.
a good shot of that cover because I love that cover.
And
Ooh, nice.
I actually designed the cover myself too. Believe it or not, like people like to shit on AI paintings and whatnot, but
Don't shit on anything, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You know that. That's cool though. That's fucking awesome, actually.
Well,
so
what I like about that one is there's a thing that's missing in a lot of modern books. Not to like, just go up Sam's ass, but like, let's go. Modern books have a lack of identity. If you go to like the popular new fiction section of a bookstore, or even like a Walmart for that example, and you look at all the covers, sometimes it's tough to discern the genre of the book. And I think that that's actually important because yes, people do judge a fucking book by its cover.
I mean, how are you supposed to not? I've
all
never
you have.
always hated that. Yeah.
At least in terms of buying it. Whereas Sam's, you look at that cover, you see it's Oval Office-ish. It's a little mysterious. The typeset, it all screams political thriller, and I think that's why it's wonderful. Sorry, Sam, go ahead.
Well, I appreciate it. So, and I'm working on a third. I'm working on the third one.
I hope so.
And Max keeps.
Hopefully, you got a whole fucking universe brewing
That's
in
right.
your head there. Yeah.
Because if he doesn't get the third one done, I'm gonna have to go full misery and hobble him.
Oh, geez, could you imagine, Sam? I'm baseball batting you in the legs. What would you do?
Well, PC Principal tried that on South Park with Jimmy, and that didn't work out.
Yeah. That's some good shit.
I'm still going with that one.
Even
if South Park did it first, hobbling the crippled guy is a funny joke. Damn it.
No, Sam, I saw you posted on Twitter. I don't know if it was today or recently about season 16 of South Park.
Yeah,
I'm actually constantly rewatching that show, and I agree with that sentence sprawled out basically from season 9 all the way through to where they are now. They predicted our future a long time ago. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It is almost creepy how
dude.
And the funny thing of it is, like, the way PC Principal like treats Jimmy with like actually bullying him while pretending to be like, like I have actually experienced that in real life with like,
well, of course. You can't say that, or what's the argument? It's over the newspaper, right? Jimmy types or prints the word retarded, right? He's like, who the fuck printed this? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, he's the editor. Like, well, you can't do that. Why not? That's good stuff. Sorry, I don't want to.
Well, and then
the South Park episode.
Well, and then
that's why we're taking retarded back for Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then the other thing too that I've dealt with is like people saying that like Jimmy's differently abled, and he's saying, actually, I prefer the term disabled, and they're like, yeah, you're special, or
right.
And I've dealt with the same thing where like I've actually been lectured to by able-bodied white women that I should not use the term disabled because it's demeaning to other disabled.
I know. Yes, and we say cripple because it's in the Bible.
Yeah, so the truth is, Sammy and everyone even close to like you has like a superpower, because you have the ability to offend on such like a higher level.
It's like, called the Ricky Berwick effect.
Yeah. I mean, basically, yeah. Now that's a perfect example. I didn't even consider that. But yeah, for your ability to confront those people and say, oh, you don't like disabled? What about retarded?
Or you know what? Hold on. It's the Donovan effect because he died.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Big shout out to Donovan. Which, by the way, he died like 2 weeks after going to the gathering of the Juggalos and having the time of his life. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, yeah, it's the crippled guy that can just offend everybody. And what are you going to say?
Although what's also funny is like, is my ability to like be immune to like that is kind of starting to dwindle because now troons are the new like
Right.
victim.
Oh, dude, you just reminded me. While I was sitting here on mute thinking I was in some kind of waiting room, I was saying out loud, you guys were talking about troons and how Max, you wanted to burn a pride flag. It's like a thing you wanted to do. Well,
Yeah.
Dick Molesterson and I hate to just drop this out in public because it's such a fucking good idea.
Big shout out to Dick. He's awesome.
He's amazing. Both him and Danny, actually. But I know Dick much better. Yeah, either way, we had this idea, or he had this idea. And you know what? Never mind. I'm not even going to say it in public because it's.
If the idea is Troon Shine Season 2, I'm all in.
No, it's just a death metal band surround like with lyrical subject around, troons and like, being suicidal, just the shit that's actually happening with them.
Yeah, I mean, it would make like really, really awesome, overtly depressed. See, they got both the depressed part and the anger to make metal great.
Yeah, just imagine how fucking suicidal you would be if you chopped your dick off and took hormones that weren't natural to your body for 5-6 years in your early 20s, or even.
I think you'd be about 41% suicidal.
Exactly, and then you would probably be very angry.
Or if you were a chick and you were like suddenly taking like testosterone, and like
true.
No, and we didn't talk that deeply about it, but it was like an idea floated in a DM once, and I'm like, that's a fuck, because I love making music. I've always actually wanted. That's the one thing I've ever truly really wanted to do. And metal's my it's the thing that pours out of me when you cut me. But
right on.
Just like I just imagine it more of like, I don't know, like as like just an observation of the whole troon race and like how horrific it actually is, from like a surgical standpoint, from a societal standpoint, from a parental standpoint. Like imagine like a song written as a parent.
Yeah.
That is so fucked up in the head that they convince their kid to chop their whatever off and be the other gender, and like how metal you could make that. You know what I mean? Like those are metal fucking concepts. Yeah,
just the surgery itself is metal.
It's
like I'll give them that.
It's fucked up, dude.
Yeah,
it doesn't get more gruesome. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's something I would like to do if I only write one song.
Yeah, well, I mean,
pursue music if it's your passion. I mean, I'd say that as a guy from the music industry who fucking quit, but
no, I mean, I don't know.
If it's a passion, you should let it flow, man.
Yeah, it's been suppressed for many years at this point, but my guitar has never been more than a foot or two away from me. And I've picked it up a little bit, but I can't, the cost of entry for like to be able to just record your own shit and manipulate it a little bit for someone, that doesn't have any, I don't have any.
Stick around after the show. We'll talk about that.
All right. Well, but either way, so like, and then of course, the learning curve of any digital workstation, audio workstation, it's, and they're all fucking different. Where do you start? The only thing I ever messed with, Sammy, was Bruce City Synth when I drove up to Wisconsin a handful of times and hung out with her.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and she's fucking cool as shit. She had bought a what was it, Mac Mini at the time with her Trump bucks, the first Trump stimulus check. She fucking dropped $800 on this fucking computer, and had all the what's the Apple audio workstation? What's that called?
GarageBand?
No, that's for the phones.
No, not GarageBand. I'm looking.
I don't use Macs. That's the only one I know.
Logic.
Yeah. So she had Logic, and she had fucking everything. I mean, she was like the perfect conduit, which is, I mean, it was awesome. That's the only real experience I've ever had. And I did get to play with it a little bit, but I didn't really understand what I was looking at how to get there from start. You know what I mean? Like if someone just handed me a full setup in any workshop, I could probably figure it out. But knowing what to install, you know what I mean? It's just a steep learning curve, and I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's always been very daunting, but you know, I honestly quit playing regularly a long time ago.
I've been like I mean I've been learning I've been teaching myself like Photoshop and like doing some like minor video editing now since I'm like actually trying to promote the book seriously. But like, yeah, I mean,
That's the weird thing is I've actually done more video editing than I've done music. But sorry, go ahead, Sam.
yeah, I mean, there is like a learning curve to like, you know, a lot of stuff. It's persistent.
Mine is also always in reach.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
So,
guys, I got to be honest with you. I'm about to piss my pants. I will be right back.
Yeah, man. Take time.
yeah.
You probably could have done it. No, that's the Apex way. I'm not going to stifle him.
Well, we're coming up on 3 hours, and
been a good show. I mean, we went through the path. We really did do an anniversary show, Sam.
Yeah.
We didn't do that last year.
No.
Pretty sure we had Craig on last year and just talked about other shit. I think.
Yeah. No, dude, that's
We've
like
done too many shows, Sam. I forget what we did last week half the time.
Well, also like we didn't.
I remember the Black Kitten energy.
Well, look, I'm kind of disappointed that Shmuley didn't show up because I don't know if you heard, but like Candace Owen got into a fight with Rabbi Shmuley actually.
Oh, Rabbi. Yeah, Shmuley's not a rabbi. Our Shmuley is not a rabbi.
No. That's the you ruined the bit. No, I was gonna say that like he is a rabbi, and like Candace is like fighting with him now because apparently like Candace Owens has turned into like a black griper or something like.
Yeah, I can't even.
It's all Brett. It's a fucking circus, dude. It's a literal circus.
Yeah.
Yeah, as this year has gone on, if the people that follow know what I mean, we've stopped almost entirely talking about news.
Yeah, that's
not because there's.
Ooh, I do have a piece of news that I want to get you guys' thoughts on.
Go for it.
The fucking bridge in Boston. Did you guys see
Baltimore.
Fuck. Did I say Boston? I'm sorry, Baltimore.
Well, I almost had a heart attack there. I was like, oh no, not in Boston.
No, not in Boston. No. Yeah, you get the B on the East Coast, you know what I mean?
No. Baltimore is a lot less nice.
Yeah. And it's a huge port though too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't buy any of the conspiracy theory shit about it being some sort of attack or whatever, but it reminded me
talking about this a lot. My theory on it real quick is the competency crisis.
Yeah, almost certainly, but power outages do happen on those big ass fucking ships. And I mean, it does appear from what you can see, I mean, that thick black smoke appears to be them trying to reverse and shit. But yeah, no, it's clearly somebody without enough. Either way, they did call the shit in time to stop traffic on the bridge. You know what I mean? The only people that went in the water were the 6 construction workers that were scheduled to be working there. And apparently, I haven't like confirmed this, but I think I read or heard from one of the reports that one of the guys refused medical treatment and just wanted to go home to his family. And then
very believable.
Well, hold on. Because that's the whole reason I brought it up is one of my like oldest fears. Like I never really had recurring nightmares except for something that had to do with swinging a golf club and the ground falling out underneath me as I swung. Don't know where that came from. But the other one is being on a bridge and falling in a vehicle into the water from
that's
like
a very common
feet.
fear.
Yeah,
a lot of people
that
from when they watched that video, they were like freaked out by it, and I understand because
it didn't really freak me out so much as it was like, wow, that's like a literal nightmare of mine. But then like you know, reading up on the reports and stuff, and just imagining yourself as a construction worker working on the bridge. And then all of a sudden, kaboom. And the thing falls like a goddamn, like Legos hold together. A Lego bridge holds together
right?
better. It's like fucking connects. Like you just pulled a piece.
You go from banging a hammer, right?
Yeah.
To in the water in less than
200 feet, 186 feet, I think it is. And then, I mean, several of them still haven't been found. But the one guy that's like a couple of bumps and bruises and again, just fell off of a major bridge, one of the biggest of its kind in the world, in a major port in this country, into the water in the middle of the fucking night, and you're like, I'm good. I just want to go home.
Yeah, I want to go
not
home.
to not even have any major fucking. I can't even.
No, that was me though. That's why I say I can relate. On my 18th birthday, I was stabbed, and I just wanted to go. I didn't go to the hospital. I wanted to go home.
Well, that's different. I mean, you were stabbed. I mean, I don't know. Apparently, this dude didn't have any serious injuries. That's the main thing.
It's a reaction to trauma that is like my mindset, where it's like it's because that's what it is. Trauma. I just want to go home. Fuck like this shit.
Yeah. I think that's most people, but again, like
it is remarkable in this case.
That's what I mean. That's the whole thing.
I can totally see if it was me. And that story is 100% legit, let's say, for the sake of argument. You fall off 200 feet into the fucking water. You got a couple maybe my arm hurts a little.
You got to forget it. I mean, forget the falling part. What about the tons of fucking steel and concrete that you're falling with?
And it just misses you, barely get a scratch.
You
climb out of the fucking water and you're just like, I want to go to bed, bro.
That's incredible, dude. I mean, it just is. God
if
bless
that's
that
all
dude,
true,
man.
that dude is the baddest guy. Right?
Well, it could just be the luckiest dude, right?
Yeah. Well, lucky and badass, because badass is like you're right. He probably should get treatment.
At least looked at, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I understand the instinct to be like, I've been through enough. I don't need to be poked. I don't need to be prodded. I just want to go home and take a shower.
Yeah, and again, I guess I'm reading a little more into it than I know for a fact, but I assume that like he got pulled out of the water and was seen by paramedics on the scene, and they're like, you know, you got this, that, or the other. You know, we should take you to the hospital, make sure you don't have anything broken. And he's like, I think I'm fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like wiggles his arms and his feet, and you know what I mean? Like tests everything. Like, no, I don't. Nothing hurts. I just want to go home. You know, so if that's if it's true, and if it's the case that I'm imagining, it's like a one in a more than a million. I feel like I don't even see how it's possible. There's so much steel and concrete.
That's the kind of thing that'll turn an atheist into a believer.
In a literal couple of heartbeats.
Yeah.
By the time you realize you're not fucking dead.
Yeah.
Ah, man. But anyway, yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the guy who like writes The funny thing is, like, I'm the guy who like writes conspiracy theories in like my books, like, but I'm very like anti-conspiracy.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Especially the last year, it's been like every time these new ones crop up, they're just so silly.
Yeah,
you know?
Everything's.
Did you see when I got the boomer to flip out because he was going off about the fucking Hawaii space laser shit?
Oh no, I did not see that one.
Yeah, he was one of those guys. He's like, I'm a top secret clearance. I worked at the DOJ. He kept going on and on. Oh, I worked at the CIA the whole time, and I was quiet. I let him go because he's one of those boomers. It's a great. I'll link you the video after. It's I made it a 10-minute music thing. It's very
nice.
I used the song "Secret Agent," man, and yeah, he was just like going on, and he was getting like pissed at me because I questioned him about the space. I was like, well, what evidence do you have for this? And he's like, he got so mad. It's the only time in my adult life I have ever said to another grown man, "Are you going to cry?"
Yeah. And
Alan Powell.
Yeah.
Guys,
Holy
he's coming to
Toledo.
my house. He's driving right now.
Ah. Hi, Alan.
Yeah. Now we've got a real reunion going.
Oh shit.
What a fucking show, huh? This has been fun.
Where you headed, Alan?
Mersh's house. No,
Nice.
I'm gonna go walk a dog.
Nice. Damn.
Well,
Say
you know,
Mersh's, but
you need to save Mersh's cats too.
Alan's not a cat person, though, right? You're not a cat person.
No, but you are.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
Yeah,
Well, he could just liberate. He doesn't have to take care of the cats. He just got to get them out.
Yeah, he could liberate them and then
Free March.
No, I am very much a cat person, Sammy. In fact, I have a very sick, very fat cat next to me right now. The poor boy's got some sort of fucking upper respiratory infection. I got to shove terramycin goop straight into his eyeballs.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, he's real sick. Like he's not doing nothing. Just
I've been sick this past week. My son got strep.
Oh no.
Yeah, been fun. But I had to get back. I was eating chicken soup like I was like the anniversary show. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. Alan, don't have to change subjects real quick. You posted something on Twitter, a picture with some dude. It said it's a very gamma meeting with somebody. Who the hell was that?
Adam Camacho, the guy that's suing Owen.
Oh, that's why it was a gamma meeting. Okay, so maybe you can answer that. What's he suing Owen for exactly?
There's like 15 different accounts. I think not Texas Scope, but Covert Radio. He went over the main, charges or whatever.
Oh, okay. So there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's 15 different accounts, but it's mostly breach of contract, stuff like that.
Oh.
Basically, like, as far as I can tell, like, Owen paid this guy to do work for him, and then shocker, never paid him.
Never finished paying him or something kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the old Vince McMahon, huh?
Yeah. Well,
if Vince McMahon had just paid on the rest of his NDA with this woman, we wouldn't know that he shit on her head.
Oh, man. I didn't know that until you said it.
I read the text messages on the show. It was pretty awesome. My wife was sitting there. That was a good episode.
I bet that was hot, huh?
Yeah. Well, no. I was gonna say that's one thing that Owen and Vince McMahon have in common. They both Owen drinks turpentine, and
I'm was never convinced that he actually fucking drank turpentine. That was just another thing that he could latch onto and say that he knew he could get, 5,000 Reddit users to be like, oh, look, it's a dude that does a thing that we were talking about, or at least talks about the thing that we do. He did it multiple times.
Yeah, I mean,
grifter's gonna grift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think he drank turpentine, but I definitely think that some of his followers actually drank.
That was the point, I think.
Yeah.
I think he tried it once with the sugar cube, and he, almost cried himself. Well, he cried as he held himself, to his stomach for like hours, and then he couldn't admit that it was a mistake.
Yeah.
So he pretended like he was doing it all the time.
Why?
I mean, yeah, you just have to go back to
come to the conclusion to drink turpentine, because this is all new to me. I didn't know much about the Benjamins. Why would somebody think? Did he have a justification for why you would do that, or he's just trying to be cool?
Yeah, no, there's like a whole Reddit thing. Yeah,
no,
Reddit. There you go. Okay, Reddit explains everything.
No, so long story short, Owen was convinced that allegedly that the Jews injected him with gay worms.
Okay.
And that's in order to get rid of the gay.
Are the worms gay, or do they make you gay?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. Okay.
his whole premise
The
was
turpentine kills the worms, right? That
yeah.
was the thought. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a gay worm bathhouse inside of his gut, and they're constantly like blow banging each other. And he needs to, send in a caustic agent, that strips his stomach lining and his intestinal lining.
Right,
Yeah.
because
To
they might
get the
set up,
gays
they
out.
might set up a dance club before you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like imagine Turpentine is like the hate crime guy of the gay worm club.
Right.
Who's the
He's
guy
the,
that
he's the
shot
gay
up?
nightclub shooter. Yeah, that's it, right? The
Yeah.
nightclub shooter. Yeah, the gay nightclub shooter. That's what the turpentine is.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, now I understand it. It makes perfect sense.
Yep. That's why they call it Pulse.
Right.
Oh,
you better make sure he got them all, because by now they'll be turning trans,
Damn it, I almost fucking choked to death on that water.
Yeah, no, it's I was honestly the thing that honestly has amazed me is that like I moved on from Owen. You moved, like we've all moved on from Owen, but yeah, he's like I'm almost amazed that like he's kept the grift going this long.
Well, what else is he gonna do though?
Yeah,
He's
can't get
the
a
guy
real
that
job.
says that he got injected with gay Jew worms. Like, who's gonna hire him?
I mean, he always falls back on this I'm a comedian fucking thing, which is why he says he feels like he can say and do all of the things he's said and done over the years. It's literally been his justification for it. And it works, honestly, on most people for most things. But if you really pay attention to him, which again is one of the main reasons I even started clipping him, was I'm like, oh, hold on a second. I mean, I've said this many times, but it's been a few years, but I actually was a passive just fan of Owen because YouTube was pushing him hard. I couldn't scroll through my YouTube page without seeing fucking Owen Benjamin. And I didn't watch any shit like that, really. I didn't really watch any podcasts or anything. But either way, I would check in every now and again as I was fucking doing some art or whatever. And I happened to be there the time he accused Johnny and Gabe of sending poison gummies to his house. And again, all this is old fucking news, but I don't
How you know they're poison if you didn't eat them, motherfucker? No, go ahead.
Right. No, I forgot. I actually forgot my train of thought. Thank you. But
it was
that's the whole reason I started clipping.
Worms.
Oh, that's how he got the gay worms, was the poison gummies.
Yeah.
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 Makes
Johnny sent him gay worm poison gummies, not poison.
They must have been those penis shaped gummies then.
They
yeah.
They literally were.
That's actually how the worms are shaped. It's like a normal worm, but it's got two huge growths at the back end.
Right.
That kind of sag down.
It's funny if you Google drinking turpentine, it comes up with during the Civil War, doctors administered turpentine internally and externally to halt infection, often with dubious results. But the problem with turpentine oil was not simply some harsh side effects. Ingesting is toxic, causing kidney damage and bleeding in the lungs. So I don't know where that came from. I don't know why that was a topic, but apparently there's a difference between like turpentine and the shit that these fucking gay nerds are supposedly drinking, some sort of mineral spirit version or something.
You guys want to know the difference?
What is it?
So turpentine that you get from like the hardware store, that's extracted from dead pine trees. And the pure gum turpentine is extracted from alive trees. So they just don't kill the trees. That's the only difference.
Oh.
Same exact chemical. It's just the way they obtain it.
Right. So there you go.
You know, it's funny is it sounds like every dumb fucking hippie chick I've ever met.
Yeah.
Well,
oh my God, have you heard about the cleansing powers of bleach? You just got to drink some bleach in your tea every day. That's a real thing, by the way. People actually believe you need to consume bleach.
No.
Yeah. Well, no, just just to put it in perspective so that you can understand, Max, Owen is like Dave if Dave were like a semi like
Oh
wealthy.
no, I know he's something. I know what he is. I just all of the little like I don't follow the micro, so a lot of this is
Yeah.
like wow.
Yeah, this is all pre-Max. So yeah, so a lot of the deep lore Max is unfamiliar with. Yeah, and there's
And-
no reason to know it anymore unless Owen pops back up again, in which
Just
all
for
of
my
it will be
own
real-
amusement, I guess.
Yeah.
Now I know about gay turpentine worms. You know,
Yeah.
What?
Very important stuff. Very important stuff here on this anniversary show, Sammy.
whichever the thing that pushed out of my brain, I hope it wasn't important.
Yeah.
So these people will they'll poop out like their intestinal lining and it looks like a worm, you know? So they're like, "Oh my god, you know, it's working." And they take more and then they start pooping out more intestinal lining.
Yeah, it's not actually gay worms necessarily, Max. They literally think there's like worms in their body that turpentine kills. It's a real thing.
Right. Well, like I said, the bleach people are real, so why not, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there are still people who think that like aliens are like a real thing.
You better be careful if you want to have sick. Come on, man.
Yeah, man, be careful.
I
He's
mean,
literally like, I was just like, oh yeah, he's big in the UFO disclosure. Sam's like, yeah, I don't believe in any of that shit.
That's fine. He can still
No,
come on and have a
no,
conversation.
look, I believe in aliens more than I believe that Joe Biden is a competent president. Like,
that's a good bar.
Well, I believe more in ghosts than I do that Joe Biden won the election. Oh God, we're still on YouTube. Never mind.
No, but well,
never mind. I forgot we were
Well,
simulcasting tonight. I'm so used
Yeah.
to Rumble.
Well, we've got like zero people on. We've got 0 people watching on.
Yeah, but so far I haven't gotten your channel banned. I don't want to break that streak yet.
Well, like,
I mean, if we get banned on Rumble, I stand behind everything we've ever done on the show.
all I need to do, honestly, is all I need to do, honestly, is invite my friend from DC onto this YouTube channel, and he'll get it banned.
Well, I mean, you said it was a J6 person. I've been working to get my buddy on who was actually convicted of some J6 stuff. Like, he might be coming soon. I don't want to say who. You know who it is.
Yeah, I do. And
Long-time audience would probably recognize me talking about it, but yeah, we wouldn't be able to have him on YouTube. He's a convicted J6.
You probably could as long as you didn't talk about that.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, of course.
Well, fuck YouTube. I mean, yeah, we could talk about he's got other stuff going on, but like, yeah, no, because he didn't do it. But whatever. That basically he's a large Mexican man covered in tattoos because he used to be in a gang and an MMA fighter, so he's like ripped to shreds. And they said, "See this picture of a fat white man? It's totally him." And a jury was gonna buy that, so he pled guilty.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, he had priors that were felonies, so if he went to trial, he was looking at life. Instead, he took 6 months so that he could get back to his kids.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah, you could say maybe he made the wrong call or whatever, but that's a tough fucking spot to be put in.
All you can do is make that call. Yeah, you're not there when you got to make that shit. I mean, we're observers. Alan, you're not about to shoot someplace up, are you? I feel like we're watching the fucking New Zealand footage all over again. Remember, lads, subscribe to PewDiePie.
That might get us banned on Rumble.
Whoops.
Oh no, not what you said. Like if it actually happened.
No, he's walking a dog. He said he was walking a dog. I was just making a joke, guys. Calm down, Rumble.
Well,
so was I.
Well, no, he's clearly like I could see palm trees and shit. So clearly he's like walking to Mersh's house.
Yeah, I saw Royce's dog.
We haven't heard any AK variant get chambered.
You mean you stole his wife?
So if they think that they have worms, have they considered taking like the dog anti-worm medication instead of turpentine, or is that just their first?
Their whole thing is. Go ahead, Alan.
They don't trust like medical doctors, like actual I forget the one for worms, but they won't take that. Instead, they take caustic.
Yeah, they don't trust the system. Right.
Fair enough. And it's led them to such a great place.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't trust the system either, but gee,
they think they're seeing results though, as Alan pointed out. They're effectively shitting out, portions of their intestinal lining, and it looks like worms, I guess, when it's squished up into your turds,
And of course, they don't move anymore because it's lining, but to them, it's dead worms.
Yeah.
There you go. You learn something new every day.
See, which other show are you gonna learn this type of stuff on?
That's right.
Not
educational today.
Not Tucker Carlson's show.
I was gonna say we're basically Tucker Carlson.
Is Tucker Carlson going to talk about gay Jew worms? No, of course not. It's a conspiracy.
What do you got there, Alan? What are you selling?
These are Amanita mushroom gummies.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
They're
good for your brain. They kill your brain worms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen a worm on a mushroom? Nope, because they kill worms.
That's true.
That is flawless logic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sam, what else you got for us tonight? We're having fun.
Yeah, I actually am gonna have to bail pretty soon because I close tonight and I open in the morning, so I got like 5.5 hours.
You
know what to do, Sam.
I don't have anything else to do except for shill the book.
That's right. There's one thing I get to fucking be the fucking the whip master, the overseer. It's shill the fucking book, Sam.
So you can buy the first book.
He's too fucking humble, you see. He doesn't like to do it. He's been getting more comfortable. You gotta no, Sam, your book's good.
You can buy the first book
of that.
Shadows of Deception. Although here's like an author copy. You can buy both of these on Amazon, and please actually buy them and leave an actual review. Don't be a bitch like Johnny Fox and leave a fake one. And then you can buy the new one, The Fourth Estate. And then the third one will be coming out later in the summer.
Hell yeah, dude.
Otherwise, there will be consequences for Sam, ladies and gentlemen. We're putting him into the writing mines.
I'm moving to Louisiana soon. I'll be way closer, boy. I'll be able to drive to and from overnight.
Oh, that is true. So
yeah, right.
Yep. And that's it. Anybody, any of our lovely guests, if you want to shill anything, by all means.
No, I would just like to say once again, happy anniversary, Sammy. Congratulations on all the good stuff you're doing. Alan does have some things to show. Alan, it's also good to see you. Max as well. Chat and anybody listening, the present or future. Thank you guys, and thank you, Sammy. I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man. Love you too, Alan. And what have you got going on? Still you still doing some YouTube stuff, or
he's selling mushroom gummies and some sort of key card.
Yeah.
He's just showing up. You want to sell those, man?
Yep.
Fullauto.com.
I don't know if you heard the backstory of these, but pretty hilarious.
Do we have time to hear it?
I think if you sold that neon Mersh sign, people would buy that.
Yeah, I do sell those. They're on my website. It's only $40.
Shit. 40. Sam, I might be
Yep.
getting a neon merch sign.
Nice food lighting. I was trying to get Bali Song to do another one, but like more accurate, where he's like super fat. He's got like a triple chin and the wonk eye.
Awesome.
Hey, Mer.
What's your website, Alan? Just for posterity.
EmpirePrinceWithAZ.com.
EmpirePrinceWithAZ.com. Cool.
Yes.
I will link that in the description.
Awesome.
On the off chance that Mersh does watch this, or that one of his followers clips
One of
this
those
through.
fat old retard followers.
Yeah. Fuck you, Mersh. I won. I am way bigger than you.
Yeah, well,
and I always have been.
Way more successful and also way more mobile, even though you're in a chair.
And Sam, this is the 16th anniversary of the show.
That's
and
right.
We've only just gotten started.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So,
good night, fellas. Thank you again.
Yeah, stick around after he closes it for just a minute.
All right.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll talk at you down the road. All right.
Did everyone leave?
Sam's just left.
Yeah, Sam's just gone. He does this shit. He used to do it while we were live.
we are still live.
Oh no. What's up, chat? The fucking
We can hijack his stream now.
There
oh,
he
there
is.
it is. And he's muted.
And he's muted.
Yeah,
You
just
did,
like the old
you did
days.
all the Sam things right at the end. That's great. I love it.
16 fucking years, baby, and we're still still kicking.
Yeah, so first Rumble Studio kicked Apex out, then they kicked Alan out, and now they kicked me out. Poetic.
First, you kicked Alan out, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. That is. Anyway, we'll see you later, folks.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless. God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.